It's time for the Ogden Raptors Professional Baseball pregame show. Let's head out to the ballpark with the voice of your Ogden Raptors, Brian R.G. Petrata.
Greetings and salutations. Brian Petrata broadcasting live from Lindquist Field in downtown Ogden, Utah. Tonight, the Ogden Raptors and Provo Angels face each other in the final regular season game. It's the last tune-up for the playoffs, which begins tomorrow in Provo. Last night, the Angels won their sixth straight over the Raptors with a 5-1 win, and that left Ogden singing a sad tune. So trying to look on the bright side of life tonight, the Raptors did pitch well last night, and they played good defense, but they just couldn't get the hit. So tonight, they attempt to break out of their slump and head into the playoffs on a high note. It's a fan appreciation night at Lindquist Field. There will be post-game fireworks and discounted food and merchandise all night long here at the ballpark. So if you're deciding whether or not to come to the ball game, by all means, come out this evening. It's going to be a fantastically fun night. The Ogden Raptors and Provo Angels finishing out the regular season, and we're just about ready to give out the player awards. And we'll have more on that right after this break. So head out to the ballpark and keep those radios tuned right here as you listen to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Got legal trouble? Need a lawyer? Call Kelly Carden, attorney at law. You've seen the sign, you've heard the name, you've listened to the recommendations, you've wondered about his phrase. If it were me, I'd call me. Kelly Carden, attorney at law. If you are injured, call Kelly Carden. If you're arrested for a DUI, call Kelly Carden. Kelly Carden, 627-1110, 627-1110. Kelly Carden, attorney at law.
Have you visited the Raptors website? Log on to www.ogden-raptors.com for all the latest news and stats on your favorite Raptor players. Plus, backed by popular demand are the Raptor reviews. Check in with Team President Dave Baggett and radio announcer Brian Petrata as they offer their unique takes on this summer's movies. Be sure to sound off on our message board, order Raptors merchandise, and participate in our fan polls. You can even purchase tickets online. Log on today at www.ogden-raptors.com.
Sure, checking at Wells Fargo is free, but it's extremely convenient as well. After all, you also get Wells Fargo locations and ATMs wherever you need them. A Wells Fargo ATM and check card, a no-fee credit card with overdraft protection, free online banking from the leading internet bank, even discounted loan rates. Open a Wells Fargo checking account today and get everything you need to help you reach your next stage. Wells Fargo, the next stage.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. We getting set for this final home game of the final regular season game for both of these ball clubs here, the Ogden Raptors and Provo Angels. Provo currently riding a 6-game win streak against Ogden. It matches their longest win streak against the Raptors, as they are 12-3 against Ogden this season. But basically this last week has not meant a thing as far as the standings go. Both of these teams were already secured of a spot in the playoffs. So now they just have their final tune-up tonight before starting the playoffs, which begin tomorrow in Provo. It'll be a 7:05 first pitch tomorrow night. And the expected pitching matchup is Daniel Davidson for the Provo Angels and Chad Billingsley for the Ogden Raptors. Davidson this year is 8-2, a 1.64 ERA. He's a left-hander. Chad Billingsley, a right-hander for the Raptors, is 5-4, a 2.83 ERA. So the two aces going head-to-head tomorrow night should be a fantastic ball game. And then on Sunday for Game 2 of the series, we'll be right back here in Ogden for a 4 o'clock start time. And that one, Abel Moreno is expected to go for Provo. He was the leader in wins this year in the Pioneer League. Abel Moreno went 10-0. And then for the Raptors, it is expected to be Mike McGrew, 5-3 and a 3.40 ERA. McGrew was second in the league in strikeouts with 99 this season. He's had a brilliant year, and Ogden is hoping Chad Billingsley and Mike McGrew can pitch them into the championship series. So then again, if we split those first two games, we will have a Game 3, and that will decide the South Division champion. That game will be held here in Ogden as well on Monday night at 7 o'clock. And pitchers still up in the air on that one. So we sure hope you can join us for all three ball games, and it should be a fun one as these Utah rivals go head-to-head for the right to play in the Pioneer League Championship. Last night, Provo beat the Raptors 5-1. Jordan Pratt took a tough luck loss to drop to 0-9 on the season, but he has pitched record better than that record would indicate. Kyle Pawelczyk got the win to improve to 3-2, and he provided Provo with some strong starting pitching efforts down the stretch for that team after Abel Moreno was called up. In the game yesterday, Xavier Paul drove in the Raptors' only run. Alejandro De Aza scored the only run, and he had Ogden's only extra base hit. It was a double in the first inning. Ogden took the early 1-0 lead, but Provo scored 3 runs in the third, 2 runs in the seventh. That was all she wrote. But right now, the Raptors are handing out the team awards for the 2003 season, and I want to go ahead and read those off to you folks listening at home as well, so that we can keep you up to date on the players who were given awards for their achievements during this 2003 season, and all of them are very deserving, and really no big surprises as far as the awards go. The offensive MVP this year was Luis Castillo. Castillo was one of the best Raptor hitters all season. He was an anchor in the cleanup spot. Luis Castillo hit .285 with 7 home runs, which led the team, and 48 RBIs, which also led the ball club. The player that was just named as the defensive MVP was Chin-Lung Hu, the shortstop. He has been such a smooth fielder there at the shortstop position. Chin-Lung Hu has committed just 18 errors in 52 ball games this year. And for a shortstop position, that's pretty fantastic, especially for so young as Chin-Lung Hu. He had just turned 19 before the season started, and he was absolutely brilliant in the field this season. He made some plays that major league shortstops sometimes don't make. So a very deserving defensive MVP for Chin-Lung Hu. The pitching MVP, again, not too surprising, it goes to Mike McGrew, who finished with 99 strikeouts, one of the best efforts by a pitcher in Raptor history. Mike McGrew was 5-3 this year. He led the team in wins. He had a 3.40 ERA, which also was among the team leaders. 14 starts, which led the team. His 76 innings were also the most on the club. Plus, he held opponents to a .222 batting average. So Mike McGrew had a brilliant season and was awarded justly for his work this season. The Fireman's Award was actually split this year. The Raptors kind of went with a two-headed monster as their closers. They went with Marcos Carvajal and Steve Schmall, and so those two players were selected in a tie for the Fireman Award. Marcos Carvajal went 2-1, a 3.08 ERA, and had 2 saves. Steve Schmall went 3-1, a 3.68 ERA, and he had 7 saves. Opponents batted just 200 against Schmall and only 224 against Marcos Carvajal. So again, very deserving participants of their award. The Coach's Award, which generally goes to a player who shows hustle and dedication to the team, perhaps isn't the one who had the greatest numbers on the club, but one who really represented the spirit of the team and what the coach was asking his players to do and for his team to accomplish. And that one went to Jeff Comfort. And again, I think a very deserving award there. Jeff Comfort always goes out, plays hard-nosed baseball. He knows how to play the game. He's one of the older players on the team, has been a leader for the club in that respect, has taken some of the younger guys under his wing, and just generally a pleasant person to be around. We've had him on the program several times as a color commentator, and I think that says a lot about the young man, that he's willing to do things like that and just goes the extra mile. Basically, anything you ask of this gentleman, he would do. And Comfort had a fine season offensively as well. He batted .256, 4 homers, 20 RBIs, and played a pretty solid first base for the team as well this year. And then one final award to hand out, just given out, and that was the Raptor outfielder Xavier Paul. He was the MVP for the team this year. Again, a very deserving award, and says a lot about the shining star that Xavier Paul is. He's only 18 years old, a 4th-round pick out of Slidell, Louisiana. And Xavier Paul this year All he's done is hit .307, 7 home runs, 47 RBIs. So he's tied for the team lead in homers, second in runs batted in. He's batted over 300 for the majority of the season. And Xavier Paul has played the most games for the teams, and he's scored the most runs easily on the team this year. And also a feather in the cap for Xavier. He was named the Los Angeles Dodgers Minor League Player of the Month for the month of August. So a lot of awards for Xavier Paul tonight, and that's just the first of many for this young man. I can tell you that. He really does have a bright future ahead of him. It's been an absolute joy to broadcast his games this year, and Xavier's going to be quite the ball player down the road for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Well, let's take a look at what else happened in the Pioneer League yesterday outside of that Raptors loss to Provo 5-1 yesterday. We had Casper getting past Idaho Falls in 10 innings by a 12-11 score. Must have been a wild one in Casper. Jeff Watchko picked up the win in relief to improve to 5-3. Howard Pence took the loss to drop to 2-2. John Restrepo led the way for Casper with a home run and 2 RBIs. George Kataris of Idaho Falls also went deep in that one. Helena defeated Missoula 5-1. That game at Lindbergh Craig Field in Missoula. Ken Duras the win to improve to 3-5. Tetsuya Yamaguchi suffered the loss to fall below 500 at 6-7. Manny Ramirez for Helena went 2 for 3, drove in 2 runs. Joey Acosta for Missoula had 3 hits. And one final game, and this one determined the next participant in the North Division playoffs. It was Billings 11, Great Falls 4, so the Mustangs are in the playoffs despite a 16-21 record in the second half. In fact, that's identical to the Raptors' second half record. Billings, in just under 3 hours, got that 7-run win over Great Falls last night. Wallin Cabrera the victory to improve to 4-5. John Russ took the loss to drop to 0-3. Joey Votto for Billings had a home run and drove in 3 in the contest. Miguel Perez, who's been one of the hottest hitters in the league, had 2 hits and extended his hitting streak to 14 games. So the standings like this in the South Division. It's Provo on top at 30-7. They have already set a team record for wins. Set a team record for wins and tied a Pioneer League record for wins in a season. They have set a team record with 30 second-half wins. So they have most wins in a half, most wins in a season. And tonight, if Provo does get the victory, they would get their 55th win, which would be the best mark ever in the Pioneer League, ever since the Pioneer League had gone to a short-season format. So Provo has a lot to play for tonight. Ogden in second place, tied with Casper with records of 16-21. And Idaho Falls bringing up the rear at 12-25. In the North Division, Helena won the first half and took the second half as well with a 23-14 record. Great Falls finished second at 18-19. Missoula in third at 17-20. And Billings in fourth at 16-21. But it'll be the Mustangs in the playoffs against Helena. So likely game 1 will be in Billings tomorrow, and then they'd have games 2 and 3, if necessary, back in Helena on Sunday and Monday. So the winner of that series will face the winner of the Provo-Ogden series. There will be a travel day between the completion of the 2 series, and then we would start game 1 either on, Monday. It would be either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how long the series go for those 2 ball clubs. So today's games to finish out the final day of the regular season of the Pioneer League. We have Helena at Missoula. Former Raptor Judd Richardson at 2-1 will go for the Brewers. The Missoula Ospreys send out Ben Krantz. Idaho Falls at Casper. Evie Garcia 0-2 against Larry Robles, who is 3-6. And Great Falls is at Billings. Boone Logan at 3-2 will face James Paduch, who is 7-1 for the Mustangs. Well, folks, glad you could join us here tonight for the final regular season game between the Ogden Raptors and the Provo Angels. The last tune-up for the playoffs. Ogden trying to go in on a high note after losing the first 6 games of this series. It is the second 6-game losing streak they have had to Provo this year. But the last time it happened, Ogden won back-to-back games by rather impressive scores. So Ogden hoping to have similar success, but if they can win tonight and win tomorrow, they will put themselves in great shape to pull the upset. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll run down tonight's starting lineups as well as bring you the first pitch in this evening's ball game. You're listening to the final regular season home game for the Raptors here on 1660 KXOL.
Hi, Jeff Hornacek here. You know, I've never been too fond of low percentages, except when it comes to mortgage rates. Right now, you can get a short-term home mortgage at America First Credit Union for one of the lowest rates we've ever offered. It's 4.25% variable. Sounds like an incredible rate, doesn't it? Well, it is. But in all fairness, I should point out that there are a couple of things that don't come with this amazing rate, like no closing costs, no appraisal fees, no points. In fact, there are no fees of any kind. And compared to even similar rates at other financial institutions, America First no-fee mortgage could save you thousands of dollars just in fees alone. Plus, you might also lower your monthly payment and still pay off your mortgage years earlier. To apply, just visit any branch or online at americafirst.com. But hurry, its 4.25% variable interest rate is subject to change. Longer-term rates, both fixed and variable, are also available.
Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Boy, we Utahns like to share, don't we? I mean, we share secrets, we share our feelings, and heaven knows we love to share our homegrown tomatoes and zucchinis. We job share, ride share, brain share, and who among us didn't like share a whole bunch more than Sonny? Yes, when it comes to sharing, we do more than our fair share, including some things that aren't even meant to be shared.
Because sometimes sharing can be deadly, especially when it comes to secondhand smoke. The truth is, more young children are killed in this country from secondhand smoke than by all unintentional injuries combined. 3,000 Americans die each year from lung cancer caused by secondhand smoke.
So come on, Utah, let's share and share alike. Share your guts out. It's who we are.
But when it comes to cigarettes, the truth is you should never, ever share your smoke. If you're a smoker, share the responsibility. Please, keep it to yourself.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field on Fan Appreciation Night here in Ogden. It'll be the final regular season ball game for the Raptors and Angels in their final tune-up for the first round of the Pioneer League playoff. This Raptors broadcast is brought to you in part by Buckley Homes. Buckley is better. By surfutah.net. Surf the net with surfutah.net. And by New Deal Used Cars, we finance. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Provo Angels. Leading off and playing second is Nuri Almonte. Jose Guzman bats second in left field. Matt Brown hits third at third base. Bobby Wilson bats cleanup. He's the DH. Brandon Wood hits fifth, the shortstop. Aaron Peel in the sixth spot will be in center. Jordan Rentz in right, bats seventh. Hitting eighth, Ryan Kenning, the first baseman. And batting ninth, Sam Hess, the catcher. The first time this year the Raptors have seen Sam Hess. Pitching for the Raptors tonight, David Quinn, a 20-year-old left-hander from Somerton, Arizona. Baseball time! And it is indeed baseball time in front of a fantastic crowd at Lindquist Field tonight. First pitch from Quinn to Almonte is a strike. Now the wind, the pitch, and a called strike two. David Quinn, 3-8 this year, an ERA of 7.47. This is his 15th start. The one-strike pitch, missed down and away, evens it up at 1-1. Facing Nuri Almonte, a right-handed hitter from the Dominican. Adding 260 coming into this one. He bounces one foul down the third base line. Count remains 1-2 on Almonte. Stands 5'11", 160 pounds. Had a fantastic game yesterday, batting in the 9th spot. He went 3 for 4. Takes the ball 2 low and outside, so the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the first inning. The spin from Quinn and the 2-2 pitch. Little low, full count. Provo trying for a league record in victories. They have 54 coming into tonight's game. That is tied with the 1985 Great Falls Dodgers for the best mark overall. in Pioneer League history. There's ball 4, a little bit outside, so a leadoff walk issued by Quinn, and that will bring up the number 2 batter, Jose Guzman. Provo, a team that doesn't run a lot, but looking at their lineup tonight, it looks like they may go ahead and try something. This is not the typical lineup for Provo. In fact, this will look probably nothing like what we see tomorrow night from the Angels. Really, same thing with the Raptors, but we'll get to that later. Here's a stretch in the pitch from Quinn. Fastball missing high and away, and it's 1-0 on Jose Guzman. Guzman starting in the left field today. He was the shortstop yesterday. And one of a few strange quirks in the Provo lineup tonight. Now the 1-0 from Quinn. Bouncer to left side, over Gonzalez at third, and then to left field. Provo has runners at first and second with no one out for the number 3 hitter, Matt Brown. Matt Brown has led the league, or been tied for the league lead. Runners at first and second, and no one out. Brown takes a strike, and the count 0-1. And Brown hitting .287. As those 11 homers and his 52 runs batted in are also tied for second in the league. The 1-strike pitch. Swung out and missed. Got him ahead of a change. Now it's 0-2. Brown, another right-handed batter. Stands 6 foot, 192 pounds. Hometown of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. One checks the runner at second. Now the 0-2 pitch. A little bit down. This time Matt Brown wouldn't chase it, so the count goes to 1-2. Brown hitting a cool .367 against left-handed pitchers. South and Quinn Hawk has allowed opponents to bat .354. So this is a matchup that would seem to favor Brown. There go the runners. The 1-2 pitch missed outside. Throw to third is high, not in time, and a double steal completed for Provo. Guzman slides into second, and with the count 2-2 on Brown, Provo has 2 runners in scoring position with no one out. So again, a lot, but they have sensed that's been a weakness for the Raptors here. They'll take advantage of it. Here's the changeup missing a little bit low and outside, so a full count now. Chris Schultz calling the balls and strikes tonight. Tim Dobb is on the bases. Outfield playing Brown straight away. Full count of the right-handed hitter. Quinn started out 0-2 against him. And now there's a pop foul, right field side. The count remains 3-2. Brown might have helped out Quinn there. That was sailing high and outside. But with 2 strikes on him, Brown decided to fight it off, and therefore still is alive at the plate against David Quinn. This is the third time David has faced Provo. They've hit him pretty well the first 2 times. Here's the 3-2 pitch. A little bit low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Second walk for Quinn. And with the bases full and no one out, Bobby Wilson, the cleanup hitter, will come up. So Tim Kelly, the pitching coach, will trot out to the mound, have a word with David Quinn, making his final regular season start tonight. David 0-2 against Provo, an ERA of 11.5 against the Angels. A portion of that came his last time out, which was on Sunday here in this ballpark against Provo. David had a tough time, just went 2 2/3 innings, allowed 8 hits and 5 runs. He did not walk anyone while striking out 3. Again, Provo was just able to jump on him, get a couple of big innings against David Quinn, and chase him out in the 3rd inning. So the meeting at the mound broken up. Provo has their first 3 hitters on base. Almonte's at third, Guzman at second, Brown at first. And with no one out, the designated hitter and cleanup hitter, Bobby Wilson, steps up. This is not the guy you want to pitch to in this situation. Bobby Wilson leads the league in runs batted in with 60. And when there are men on base, Wilson has delivered. Takes a fastball outside, goes to 1-0. Bobby Wilson, with runners in scoring position, is batting .427. Takes the ball low and outside, evens the count at 1-1. That's a ridiculous number, .427 with runners in scoring position. He really zones in. And even though he has just 6 home runs this year, he's batted cleanup most of the season for Provo. So he's had plenty of chances with runners on base. Takes ball 2, high and away from Quinn. So the Raptor lefty behind in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Now Quinn's in a tight spot. Actually, it's 3-0. Check that. Can't walk him, so you have to come with something over the middle of the plate. There's a 3-0 pitch. It's a called strike letter high to make it 3-1. Glenn doesn't walk many. He had just 17 free passes through 62 innings coming in, but he's walked 2 out of the 3 Angels he has faced tonight. Now the 3-1. Fly ball towards right field, fairly well hit. Back goes Cardona. This one's going to go to the fence. It's off the wall. That'll score 2 for sure. And runners will be at second and third with no one out. Bobby Wilson, a 2 RBI double to right. So Almonte and Guzman score. Wilson's at second, Brown's at third, no one's out, and Brandon Wood will be the batter. Pick out that Monty Python song again. Always look on the bright side of life. Could have been a home run. That was about 6 feet from getting out of here. Hit right off the top of the wall in right field. There's ball 1 to Brandon Wood. Wood has had a big series. Yesterday had a double and a run scored against the Raptors. Here's the 1-0. And a called strike, evens it up. Brandon Wood, the first-round pick of the Anaheim Angels this year. Right-handed batter, standing 6'2", 180 pounds. Been solid offensively and very good defensively. 1-1. High and away, 2 balls and a strike. In fact, he reminds me a lot of a former Raptors shortstop, J.J. Hardy. J.J. Hardy, who I believe was a second-round pick, only played a few weeks with the Raptors back in 2001, but now he's in Double-A. Foul ball, straight back, and it goes 2-2 on Wood. And the Milwaukee Brewers think that J.J. Hardy could be with the big club possibly as early as next season to get a cup of tea in September. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Brandon Wood. Runners at second and third, no one out. And he'll take the called strike 3 at the letters. There's 1 away in the first inning. David Quinn gets the first out of the inning with a strikeout, and that'll bring up the number 6 batter, Aaron Peel. Peel, the center fielder, batting .294, 6 home runs, 37 RBIs. Strong right-handed batter. He's 6 foot, 190 pounds. First pitch to him, checked his swing. It just missed. 1 ball, no strikes. Looks like a good one from here. And boy, David Quinn can certainly use the help. The Raptors will play Aaron Peel the opposite way toward right, leaving an enormous gap in left center. Here's the 1-0. Upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. And already, activity starting in the Raptor bullpen. Mike White starting to get loose. David Quinn struggling here in the first. Ogden really could have used a 6 or 7 inning outing from David Quinn tonight. They've had to use their bullpen quite a bit in this series already. And heading into the postseason, which begins tomorrow, you'd like to have as many fresh arms as you can throw out there. 3-0 on Peel. And he'll take a strike at the letters. It's 3-1. Glenn has really had problems with the strike zone, which is unlike this left-hander. And that's the reason Provo has been able to jump on a couple of his pitches early on. There's a smash into center field. De Aza coming in. It'll drop in front, score another run. Runners at first and third, one away. Aaron Peel drives in his 38th run, and it gives Provo a 3-0 lead in the first inning. And maybe the Raptors are just lulling Provo into a false sense of security. That's what we're thinking. Lose 7 straight going into the playoffs, thinking, hey, a team can't stay that hot. It would be Provo's 12th straight win if they hang on and get the victory in this one. The last time Provo won 12 straight, they lost their next 2 to the Raptors. That would work out just fine, thank you very much. There's a strike call at the letters, goes 0-1 on Jordan Rentz. In fact, Ogden won those games in impressive fashion by scores of 15-3 and 9-3. So we could go for that all over again. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on Jordan Rentz. Rentz, the right fielder, hitting .250, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. This is his 5th game for Provo. Just called up from the Arizona Rookie League. That season's already done. The 0-2 pitch. Broken bat liner over the head of Hu at short and into left field. That'll score another run to make it 4-0 Provo. Jordan Rentz with an RBI single to left. So the top 4 Angels in the lineup tonight have all scored. And Provo still threatening. Runners at first and second, 1 away, and the number 8 hitter Ryan Kenning comes up. Kenning, a left-handed bat, hitting with runners at first and second and 1 out. Though he is left-handed, you still have a chance for a double play here, as Kenning doesn't run all that well, and he hits the ball hard. There's a strike at the letters. It's 0-1. So David Quinn going to try to get him to hit it on the ground. See if they can turn 2. Here's the 0-1. Waves at a strike, and it goes to 0-2 on Kenning. 4 hits, 2 walks here in the first inning for Provo. They've scored 4 runs and have jumped on top of the Raptors early tonight. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, chased a curve down and away, and there's 2 outs in the first inning. Both on strikeouts by Quinn. And that'll bring up the 9-hitter, Sam Hess. So Provo has sent all 9 hitters to the plate here in the first inning. Sam Hess, the catcher, making just his 2nd start for Provo. He was signed late in the year as a free agent out of Gonzaga. And Hess went 1 for 3 with an RBI double in his Provo debut. Now bouncing ball towards short. Chin-Long Hu charges. He will flip over to first in time, and that retires the side. But Provo commands 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Provo 4, Ogden coming up. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Ball players will tell you the only way to make the All-Star team is to give 100% of the time. Why expect anything less from your auto repair shop? The professionals at Computune are Provo's foremost and friendliest automotive specialists. From routine oil changes to major overhauls, you'll appreciate the attention to detail and courtesy in every job they do. That's Computune, your complete automotive service and repair center. Give them a call at 374-0775. They're the All-Stars for the auto repair industry.
Our game is brought to you in part by Cream of Weber Dairy, a proud sponsor and a longtime fan of the Ogden Raptors. Don't forget that Cream of Weber makes those handy single-serving chugs. They're in a variety of flavors that include chocolate and strawberry. It's a great energy boost when you're watching a Raptor game. Cream of Weber chugs, available at your favorite grocer. Cream of Weber, it just tastes better.
Welcome back. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Provo 4, Ogden coming up. It'll be Alejandro De Aza, Chin-Lung Hu, and Jeremy Millens. Then if anyone reaches Jeff Comfort. And we'll run down the rest of the Raptors lineup. Actually, we haven't done that yet. So we have De Aza leading off in center, Chin-Lung Hu at short, Jeremy Millens the DH. Jeff Comfort hits cleanup at first base. Ryan Carter bats fifth in left field. David Cardona hits sixth in right field. Mike Lynch bats seventh and catches. Juan Gonzalez hits eighth at third base. Miguel Crisotomo, the second baseman, bats ninth. Pitching for Provo tonight, 21-year-old left-hander Nick Touchstone. He's from Niceville, Florida. Touchstone, an 18th round pick last year out of Okaloosa Walton Community College. He was a draft and follow for the Anaheim Angels. Touchstone, good size, 6'4", 215 pounds. This will be his 10th start of the year. He has also made 4 relief appearances. And Touchstone on the season, only a few decisions. He's 2-1. An ERA of 3.98. That's very respectable. So leading off for the Raptors here in the first is Alejandro De Aza. He is the only left-handed hitter in the lineup tonight against Nick Touchstone. Ogden as a team that doesn't hit lefties well at all, batting .232 against left-handed pitchers this year. So a lot has to go right as the Raptors already trail 4-0 in the first. So here's De Aza, the center fielder, batting .235. He's been in a wicked slump. Ground ball to third, played by Brown over to first in plenty of time, and there's one away. One pitch, one out. And now Chin-Lung Hu, the shortstop, steps up. Chin-Lung Hu, the Raptors' Defensive Player of the Year, received his award right before the ball game tonight. Electrified the fans with his glove and his personality. He's become the most popular Raptor on this year's team. Here's the line to pitch, and Chin-Lung Hu takes ball one outside. Chin-Lung Hu returned to the lineup last night, went 1 for 3, had an infield single and a walk yesterday. Hot fly toward right, curving out of play, and the count evens up 1-1. Again, a superb crowd tonight. Ogden would need 5,601 fans to surpass their team record for attendance during a season. They'll get it with average attendance. We actually had a rain out tonight, so average attendance will still be better than last year when they set the record. The breaking ball missing high, goes 3-1 on Chin-Lung Hu. So Ogden has that going for him. 3-1 to Hu. Ground ball up the middle. That'll be a base hit to center field. So with one away, Chin-Lung Hu singles to center, and that'll bring up the number 3 batter, Jeremy Millens. Millens, the DH. He's batting .305. 1 home run, 22 RBIs. He's been one of Ogden's hottest hitters. And he's certainly one you will see in the lineup tomorrow night. Millens, over his last 7 ball games, is hitting .345. He is 10 for 29 over that stretch. So Ogden will certainly need that bat in game 1 of the playoffs tomorrow. Here's the pitch to Millens. Missed outside, 1-0. And Millens hitting the ball well against Provo, something not a lot of Raptors could say. 1 on, 1 out. Ogden trailing 4-0 in the first. Chin-Lung Hu takes his lead, draws a throw. He's back safely. Touchstone checks Hu at first. Here's the 1-0 to Millens. That'll miss down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Jeremy the DH today, so getting him a little bit of a rest anyway. Will not be in the outfield tonight. Keep him fresh for tomorrow. Good hitters count here, 2-0. Touchstone to the belt, the pitch. Fastball way inside. Tripping over the top of it was Millens, and the count goes to 3-0. This will be the 4th time Ogden has seen Nick Touchstone. 2nd time he started against the Raptors. No record against Ogden, an ERA of 2.08. There's a called strike, makes it 3-1. Touchstone in 9 innings has allowed 9 hits against the Raptors. He's walked 6, but he's also struck out 13. The 3-1. That'll be inside for ball 4. Put runners at first and second with 1 away. Chris Schultz with a tight strike zone tonight. There's Jeff Comfort now, first and second, 1 away. Comfort batting cleanup tonight. And he received the Coach's Award just before the ball game this evening. Touchstone comes in. Here's his first pitch to Comfort. Curve and a strike, and it's 0-1. Jeff hitting .256, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs. Also has 11 doubles and a pair of triples this season. No balls and a strike. Bouncing ball left side, grabbed at third by Brown, goes to second for 1, over to first in time, a 5-4-3 double play, and that retired the side in the first inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, a man left. We go to the top of the second. It's Provo 4, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there is more than just a slogan to your local State Farm agent. It's a way of life. From supporting community events to serving your insurance needs, you can count on State Farm to be a good neighbor. For car, home, life, or health insurance, your State Farm agent always delivers affordable coverage that's backed by the good neighbor service that State Farm made famous. Call your local State Farm agent today. This Raptors broadcast is brought to you by your local State Farm agents, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Did you know that 70% of all accidents occur at home? How prepared are you in case of an emergency? Z Medical can provide you not only with the highest quality first aid products, but critical training so you'll know how to use them in an emergency. From hiking and biking kits to waterproof kits for your watercraft, Z Medical is your neighborhood first aid and safety expert. Call 800-224-3221 or visit them east of the Olympic Oval off 5400 South in Kearns.
Z Medical, reminding you to be safe so you can have fun out there this summer.
Top half of the second inning, it's Provo 4, Ogden nothing. David Quinn will face the top third of the Provo lineup here in the second as the Angels batted around in the first. In fact, the first 4 Angels all reached base, then they all scored. David Quinn trying to quell those bats and keep Ogden in this thing. This Raptors broadcast brought to you tonight by our friends at Ogden City Corps and by Hebrew National Hot Dogs. They're grilling out there in the Hardball Cafe in the left field corner with this amazing crowd tonight, and we'll have a ton of hot dogs sold this evening. Be a lot of happy fans tonight. Here's Anuri Almonte leading off the second. He drew a walk to lead off the ball game and scored the game's first run. Now he takes ball 1 high and outside. Almonte went 3 for 4 yesterday. He raised his average from 217 to 260. Not a bad day. Raise your average 43 points. But Almonte did it. Raptors playing the opposite way. There's the spin, the 1-0 from Quinn, and a bouncing ball towards short on 1 hop. Chin Long Hu makes the play, guns to first, and there's 1 out. So a shaky start for Quinn, but he's retired 3 in a row now, and that'll bring up the 2-hitter, Jose Guzman. Guzman bounced a single to left over the head of Raptor third baseman Juan Gonzalez his first time. Gonzalez was playing in on the grass, guarding against the bunt, and Guzman just popped it over his head. There's ball 1 outside. David Quinn from Somerton, Arizona, 6'5", 195. Really had a tough year. The first time in his career that he's really struggled. Started out in the South Atlantic League, which is a full-season single-A ball club. And he began the year in the bullpen and threw well out of the pen. There's a changeup missing high. Guzman lets it go by for ball 2. Moved him into the starting rotation. Then he started to develop some elbow problems. Was sent down here to Ogden. There's a line drive towards right center. That'll drop in front of Cardona and right, and a 1-out single for Guzman, who's 2 for 2 tonight. Brings up Matt Brown. So Quinn, after having some elbow problems and struggling a bit in A-ball, they sent him back down here to Ogden. And may have tried to bring him back too quick from that elbow trouble, quite frankly. This was the league he really dominated last year. But this season, the teams have gotten the best of him. An ERA around 7.5, and he's just 3-8 coming into tonight's game. Hopefully the off-season of rest and rehabilitation will help David Quinn come back strong next year, when he surely will start back in South Georgia in the South Atlantic League. There's a strike at the letters, and it's 0-1 on Matt Brown. Brown drew a walk his first time. He got down in the count 0-2, and then worked the count full before Quinn finally walked him. At the time, it loaded the bases. Toss to first, and Guzman back safely. Guzman, 3 stolen bases. He has not been caught this year. He really hasn't played all that much for Provo. Been more of a utility guy than an everyday starter. Line drive to left field. That'll drop into the corner and scoot all the way to the wall. Guzman heading to third. He will hold up there, and in with the double is Matt Brown. Runners at second and third with 1 away. And now Bobby Wilson, the cleanup hitter, comes up. So again, Mike White going to get up in the Raptor bullpen. Provo just keeps on hitting. They come in with the league best 303 batting average. Not even close to a league record, though. The league record is 320. I don't think that'll ever get matched. Here's a ground ball left side. Backhanded at third by Gonzalez. Holds the runners where they are. The throw to first in time, and there's 2 outs. That's just what we wanted. Bobby Wilson grounding one straight to Gonzalez. He held Guzman at third and was able to throw out Wilson. So still runners at second and third, but now there's 2 outs. And the number 5 batter, Brandon Wood, comes up. Wood was called out on strikes his first time. Takes a breaking ball outside, and it goes to 1-0. Wood hitting .266, 3 home runs, 28 RBIs. And now he pops one up behind the plate, giving chase is Mike Lynch, but that one's going to reach the roof. After it clanged right on top of my head here, Mike Lynch, the catcher, had a little smile up here. Wake up, Petrata. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wood. Wood has 2 of his 3 homers against Ogden, both here at Lindquist Field. Swing and a miss. Now it goes to 1-2. That's one of the reasons why I think Ogden actually matches up with Provo better at Miller Field in Provo. That's a larger field there. The ball doesn't carry as well, and it tends to neutralize the power of the Angels. There's a ball going to bounce in front of the plate, skip all the way to the backstop. That'll score a run and make it 5-0 Provo. Wild pitch by David Quinn scores Guzman from third and advances Brown to third base. So Guzman scored twice tonight. Well, deuce is wild here in the second inning. Let's help David Quinn finish this off and keep Ogden within 5. Wood the hitter. Deuce is wild. He's wearing number 22. And the pitch. Foul. First base side. Comfort chases after it, but he'll run out of real estate. That one also hit the roof. So it's still deuces on Brandon Wood. The 18-year-old from Scottsdale, Arizona. Again, the 2-2. High and away, ball 3 and a full count. Wood has really owned Raptor pitching. He's batting .333 against Ogden. 2 home runs and 14 RBIs. Here's the payoff pitch from Quinn. High and away, ball 4. Amount to put runners at first and third with 2 away. Third walk of the night for David Quinn, and that's going to do it for the left-hander. Travis Barbary, the Raptor manager, coming out. He has Mike White warming up in the bullpen, and I think he's seen enough for the Raptor lefty. So we'll go ahead and make this change, sponsored by our friends at AOL. If you're looking for a career change, visit AOL in Ogden. They are now hiring. So the score in this one, Provo 5, Ogden nothing. We'll be back for the remainder of the second inning right after this. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1660 KXOL.
This may seem like a silly question, but have you heard of AOL? Have you ever worked for AOL? Well, maybe you should, because AOL is unlike anything anywhere, especially when it comes to member retention. We devote a whole department to helping all 18 million members receive the best service. This means you and our employees get to help every member some way, somehow. That's perfectly incredible. You know what else is incredible? The way we treat our employees. This isn't just a call center. This is an area of expertise. So isn't it fair to say that you will need some internet experience, or at least an attitude of, would I love to learn more about it? Basic Windows and communication skills are required. Phone 1-877-AOL today, or visit our website at AOL.com/careers. Member retention, consultant opportunities, an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. We're in the top of the second inning. Ogden trailing Provo by a 5-0 score. New pitcher on the hill for the Raptors. It'll be the left-hander, Mike White. Mike White from Clearwater, Florida. He's 6'2", 215 pounds, and is about to turn 21. In fact, 1 week from tonight. White, he'll be a 21-year-old. He was a 19th round pick last year out of St. Petersburg College. Former teammate of Provo Angel Bobby Wilson, and also of Michelle Simard. All three of those players played at St. Petersburg College in Florida, and now here they are in the Pioneer League this season. That must have been a heck of a team. Here's Aaron Peel, runners at first and third, 2 out. Mike White into the game. He's 1-1 with 1 save this year. In 19 appearances, White holds an ERA of 4.13. He'll toss to first. Brandon Wood back safely. In 24 innings this year, White has struck out 33, and he's walked 11. Opponents hitting .272 against him. Here's the stretch, the pitch, and a fastball misses low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Aaron Peel. Peel singled in a run his last time, so he now has 38 RBIs this year. And he's hit the ball extremely well against Ogden. Another toss to first, and again, Wood back in time. Raptors hitting just .259 against Provo. The Angels are batting .295 against Ogden. That's actually a little bit less than their season average. Here's the 1-0. Changeup missing away, and it goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Packed house here at Lindquist Field, but pretty quiet right now as Ogden trails by a 5-0 score in the second. Lights are on as we have some cloud cover. All in all, a very pleasant night. Had a little bit of rain this afternoon, but really not too much. 81 degrees at game time tonight. We'll take that. Time called by the hitter. Now Mike Lynch jogs out. Has a word with Mike White, the Raptor catcher and pitcher, talking things over here. Runners at first and third, 2 away. Mike White, you really need to concentrate on getting Aaron Peel out. Don't worry about the base runners here. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss, goes to 2-1. That's what I'm talking about. You get Peel, doesn't matter if Brandon Wood steals second or not. 1 run across here in the second inning. That one on a wild pitch. The 2-1 from White. Missed inside, and it goes to 3 balls and a strike. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Provo. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Raptors. Here's the 3-1. Curve missed away. Ball 4. The bases are loaded. Now Jordan Rentz, the right fielder, comes up. Well, these next two games, though, the first two games of the playoff series should be fantastic ball games. As a baseball lover, you're not going to want to miss it. Chad Billingsley, the first-round pick of the Dodgers, will go for the Raptors tomorrow night. He's 5-4 this year and an ERA of 2.83, which is one of the best on the team. He'll be facing Daniel Davidson, who was the Pioneer League left-handed pitcher of the year. The curveball 1 on Jordan Rentz. Davidson was the league leader in ERA this year at 1.64, and he's 8-2 on the season. So it'll be a phenomenal pitching matchup. There's a swing and a miss. Rentz late on a fastball, evens it up at a ball and a strike. Jordan Rentz singled in a run his first time. Batting with the bases full and 2 outs. We'll see a much stronger lineup from both these teams tomorrow, I would think. There's a ball in the dirt, goes 2-1. About 4 players in the Provo lineup tonight that probably will not be in their lineup tomorrow. And 4, possibly 5 in the Raptor lineup tonight that won't be in their lineup tomorrow. It'll be a very different look in tomorrow night's game. 2-1 pitch, a little low for ball 3. Well, no place to put him, so Mike White has to go right after Jordan Rentz. They count 3-1 on the right-handed hitter with the bases loaded and 2 outs. So a pretty big pitch coming up from White. You can get Rentz. You keep Ogden relatively in the game. 3-1. Low and inside, ball 4 with a fastball. And Mike White has watched the first 2 batters he's faced here in the second. This one drives in a run and makes it 6-0 Provo. And a spattering of boos from the crowd. Well, a packed house here at Lindquist Field, and the start of this game couldn't have been much worse. 6-0 Provo. Swing and a miss by Kenning, and the count 0-1. And here's the runs that kill you. 2 runs in this inning, 1 scored on a wild pitch, 1 scored on a bases-loaded walk. And those are the kind of mistakes the Raptors cannot afford to make once they get into the postseason. Because Provo's going to score runs. There's a strike, and the count's 0-2. So the key is you can't give them any more than they're going to get on their own. I think if Ogden can play good defense and get good pitching, keep it tight into the late innings, the Raptors will have a great chance to win both of those first 2 games. Tom Konchman, the Provo manager, has said that he thinks Chad Billingsley and Mike McGrew are the 2 best pitchers in the league, period. Here's the 1-2. Up foul out of play. So he's a little bit nervous going into this series because he knows facing 2 top-notch pitchers like that can make it very difficult. Now, granted, Billingsley and McGrew are going to have to throw probably the games of this season for those 2 men, but they sure have the ability to do it. There's a curve and a called strike 3 that'll retire the side in the second. 2-run score on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 men left. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's Provo 6, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1280 The Sports Zone.
Bowman Kemp is a proud sponsor of our hometown Ogden Raptors. Bowman Kemp has been fabricating and supplying steel to the Wasatch Front for over 30 years. Are your window wells filling up with unwanted water, leaves, and debris? Bowman Kemp now has a full line of grates and plastic covers that can provide safety while keeping your window wells clean. Bowman Kemp for your steel needs. And watch the Raptors base runners go for great steals. Go Raptors! Raptors!
Hey, contractors, next time you get ready to dig it, bust it, plant it, count on Cap's new line of compact machines and work tools to get the job done. featuring skid steers, mini excavators, compact wheel loaders, and more. All built Cat tough for the guys who get their hands dirty. So go ahead, load it, drill it, haul it, because now you can count on Cat for all your equipment needs.
Visit a Wheeler Machinery Cat rental store near you or call 1-800-RENT-CAT. Again, that's 1-800-RENT-CAT.
You're listening to Raptors Baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
Bottom of the second inning at Lindquist Field. It will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Raptors. They have a lot of work to do. Ogden trailing by a 6-0 score already. So Ryan Carter to lead off. David Cardona will follow, then Mike Lynch. This Raptors broadcast brought to you in part by our friends at Lynn Woodward Electric and at Chevalier Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Ogden Raptors. Herrick Industrial Supply, sponsoring tonight's game, as is Mountain Medical Imaging and our friends at Amera Mortgage. So Augie presented with an award here tonight, the Raptor mascot. He was written about in the newspaper, so he has that article framed in a rather nice setup for the Raptor mascot. So pretty happy mascot for the Raptors right there. He's going to try and get this crowd back into it. And then the crowd hoping to get the Raptors back into the game as Ogden trails Provo by a 6-0 score in the bottom of the second. Ryan Carter will lead things off against the left-hander Nick Touchstone. Here's the line of the pitch. Carter lines one toward right center field, a base hit to lead off the second. Said it before, I'll say it again. If Ryan Carter gets hot, he's the type of hitter who can carry the Raptors offensively. So if he's starting tomorrow night and starts to get it going early on in the ballgame, watch out Provo. Here's David Cardona. Carter at first, no one out. Ogden down by 6. Cardona takes a curve for a strike, and it's 0-1. David's been hitting the ball well lately. He's raised his season average up to .301. Has a homer and 13 RBIs. And has batted pretty well against Provo. Those are the kind of numbers you look at as you go into the playoffs. Who's hitting the ball well recently? Who's hit the ball well against that team? He's a right-handed hitter, and Provo will be starting a left-hander tomorrow. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cardona. Ryan Carter will draw a throw. He's back safely. Cardona has 8 hits in his last 16 at-bats. It's a .500 clip. He's driven in 1 run over that set. And again, pushed his season average up to over 300 for the first time this year. There's a fastball inside, so it goes to 2-1 on Cardona. One final in the major leagues. In extra innings, the Atlanta Braves beat the Pirates 3-2 today. Chipper Jones had a home run. Another toss to first. Again, Carter skitters back in time. Good throw by Touchstone that time. Might have gotten him. Touchstone has a pretty fair move over to first. Here's the stretch, the pitch to Cardona. Ground ball towards second. Almonte scoops it up, goes to short for 1, over to first in time. A 4-6-3 double play, and there's 2 outs in the second. So a leadoff single squandered on a double play, and that'll bring up the 7-hitter Mike Lynch. Lynch hoping for a big game tonight, get that average back up over the Mendoza line. He's hitting 184 coming in. No homers, 12 RBIs. And takes ball 1 outside from Nick Touchstone. The spin from the lefty, the pitch to Lynch. And that'll be a called strike at the knees, evens it up at 1-1. Lynch in a slump right now. He's 1 out of his last 11. It's an .091 average. Swings and misses, chasing 1 outside, and it goes to 1-2. 2 outs, bases empty here in the second. Ogden trailing Provo 6-0. 1-2, the count on Lynch. And there's the ball down low, so we have the deuces wild here in the bottom of the second. Lynch, a big right-handed batter, 6'3", 225. The 2-2. Line drive towards the gap in right center. That'll drop in for extra bases. Lynch around first. He'll head into second. The throw not in time, and he's in with the double. By the way, Mike. Blasted that one toward Raptor Ridge in right center field. Had it been about 10 feet higher, would have been out of here. So Lynch at second with 2 down, and now the number 8 batter, Juan Gonzalez, comes up. Gonzalez, though he's a right-handed hitter, is batting just 138 against lefties. And the left-hander, Nick Touchstone, deals up and in. 1 ball, no strikes on Gonzalez. 1-0 on the Raptor third baseman. Take ball 2 and a fastball inside. Scooting out of the way was Gonzalez, and that'll draw a visit from the catcher out to the mound. 6 runs, 6 hits for Provo. No runs, 3 hits for the Raptors. And that double play looming a lot larger now. You still had Carter at first on that double by Lynch. Carter surely would have scored. 2-0 on Gonzalez. Good hitters count against Nick Touchstone. Line drive into left field. It will be caught by Guzman. Did not have a great angle at it, but he jumped up and backhanded that ball in the air to retire Gonzalez and the side in the second. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the top of the third. It's Provo 6, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
How far a team goes in a season depends on the coach. It's his job to make the right decision every time. If you're deciding on the right loan program for your home, contact Day Financial Services. They help working Americans realize their financial goals and the dream of home ownership. For fast approvals and no hassles, call 773-4468. Apply over the phone for a new purchase, refinance, or debt consolidation. That's 773-4468 for Day Financial Services in Roy, coaching you in the right direction.
There may never be a better time to sell your home than right now. And working with a realtor from the Greater Ogden Area Association of Realtors makes it easier to get on with the life you work so hard to enjoy. Realtors can help you with financing, home selection, negotiation, home inspection, marketing, pricing, and closing on property. Visit www.ogdenrealtors.com to find a realtor today.
We go to the top of the third inning. It's Provo 6, Ogden nothing. It'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters for the Provo Angels against Raptor reliever Mike White. Well, it's this fan appreciation night here at Lindquist Field, so let's go ahead and have a listener appreciation night as well. You can drop me an instant message at Ogden RG through your AOL Instant Messenger, or just send me an email at ogdenrg@aol.com. Let me know what your favorite moment of this 2003 season was, or perhaps your favorite player, and tell me why. If it's your favorite player, tell me why it's your favorite player. Or, again, explain that favorite moment to me as well. We'll read some of these on the air later on in the broadcast tonight. Sam Hess, the number 9 batter, will lead off here in the third. So again, folks, that's instant message at Ogden RG, or send me an email at ogdenrg@aol.com. Sam Hess takes the fastball from Mike White outside. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Hess grounded to short his first time, so he's 0 for 1 tonight. Bounces one up the middle, snagged by Mike White. The toss to first in time, and there's 1 away. Fine play by the Raptor pitcher. And they go back to the top of the lineup with Yuri Almonte. Almonte drew a walk to lead off the ball game and started a 4-run first inning for Provo. Rounded out to short his last time up. Now hitting with 1 out, the base is empty. Here's the pitch. On strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Almonte, free agent signee out of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, takes a bender for a strike, and it's 0-2. Mike White likes to throw that pitch more often when he's ahead in the count, and he hasn't been ahead in the count much of the night, so we haven't seen that curve too much. The fastball away, and the count evens up at 1-1. Raptors have issued 5 walks in a wild pitch tonight. There's a strike call, and that is strike 3 on Anuri Almonte, so there's 2 outs in the third inning. Mike White gets his first strikeout, and that'll bring up Jose Guzman, who's had an excellent night for the Angels this evening. Guzman 2 for 2, a single to left, a single to right. He has a stolen base and has scored twice. Very good evening for Guzman. Plus, he made a fine catch in left at that end of the second inning. Ball 1 from White. Raptors are giving Guzman the left center gap. Fouls one off the opposite way, and the count evens up at 1-1. So game 1 of the playoffs tomorrow night in Provo, 7:05 the first pitch, 6:55 the pregame show right here on KXOL. Chad Billingsley versus Daniel Davidson. It'll be a great ball game tomorrow. There's a swing and a miss, and they count 1-2 on Guzman. 2 outs, base is empty. First time tonight the Raptors have picked up the first 2 outs of the inning without anyone reaching base. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and White has a 1-2-3 inning in the third. We played 2.5 here at Ogden. It's Provo 6, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Ogden Regional Medical Center, long known for compassionate care, has been named as one of the 100 top hospitals in America by an independent, nationally respected health information firm. Ogden Regional has also earned 12 5-star ratings in obstetrics, cardiology, neuroscience, and pulmonary respiratory care from Healthgrade, another national rating firm. 5-star ratings place Ogden Regional in the top 15% in the nation. At Ogden Regional, you can be assured you're receiving some of the best care possible.
This season, savor the sweet taste of victory with a fine cigar. With the Raptors in hot pursuit of the Pioneer League Championship, more fans are coming to Smokies for a fine selection of domestic and imported premium cigars. Smokies is a full-service tobacconist featuring a complete line of pipes, bulk tobaccos, and accessories. Locally owned and operated and open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, 9 to 6 Saturday. Get your victory cigars at Smokies.
Smokies, taking this opportunity to salute our armed forces.
Bottom of the third inning, Nick Tutstone stays on the hill for the Provo Angels. They'll face the 9-1 and 2 batters in the Ogden lineup. It'll be Miguel Crisotomo, Alejandro De Aza, and Chin-Lung Hu. So again, folks, if you'd like to drop me an instant message here on the air at OgdenRG or an email, OgdenRG@AOL.com. We're asking fans tonight to tell us their favorite moment from this 2003 season, or tell me about your favorite player and why that particular Raptor is your favorite player. I'm only going to take Raptors. If your favorite player is someone on Provo, I'm not going to talk about it. Here's Crisotomo. He takes a fastball up high. It's 1-0. And Crisotomo loops one towards second. Going back is Almonte just over the top of his outreach glove. And Miguel Crisotomo has a leadoff single here in the third. Well, he fisted one toward right. And the second baseman, Anuri Almonte, made a nice effort for it. But it was just over his outstretched arm and into left. So Crisotomo on, and now Alejandro De Aza comes up. Just got a note from Stephen Smith, who runs a website called FutureAngels.com. If you haven't been there, you need to go. There's a bunt try by Crisotomo. He missed it for strike 1. Stephen is a fantastic photographer, and he sent us a CD earlier this month, or last month, I guess, from a series between Ogden and Provo. Several photographs of Raptor players. We put a few of those up on our website, which you can access by going to Ogden-Raptors.com, clicking on the multimedia section, and then the photo gallery. Many of those action shots you see are courtesy of Stephen Smith. So I want to thank him for setting up that CD of those photographs. Really are spectacular photos, and really a great one of Jordan Pratt that we have up on the site. There's a swing and a miss. kind of sprinkling the night that he was starting there in Provo, and so you have the picture of Pratt going into his windup with the raindrops in the background. Really a nice photo. In fact, Jordan ended up putting up that photo as his background on his computer. He liked it so much. So if you get a chance, check out that website, futureangels.com. Here's Alejandro De Aza with an 0-2 count. He swings and misses for strike 3, and there's one away in the third. So 1 on, 1 out for the Raptors. Nick Touchstone records his first strikeout of the night, and that'll bring up the number 2 batter, Chin Lung Hu. Chin Lung Hu has one of the 4 Raptor hits tonight. He singled to center back in the first inning. He continues to hit the ball well, and he's trying to finish with an average above 300. Comes in hitting 294, so about 3 hits to do the trick. There's a fastball high. It's 1-0 on Chin Lung Hu. Named the Raptors Defensive Player of the Year. Well-deserved award for this young man. He's one you're going to hear a lot about down the road. And he takes ball 2 outside. Miguel Crisotomo led off this inning with a single to right. Alejandro De Aza followed with a strikeout, but now they count 2-0 on Chin Lung Hu. And Provo has him played all the way around toward right field, leaving a lot of room in the left field corner. Toss to first. Diving back is Crisotomo. Good move by Touchstone. Left-hander does have one of those nice moves where he picks up his foot. You're not sure whether he's coming to first or going home with it. And Touchstone makes the nice toss, but Crisotomo was still able to get back in time. 2 balls, no strikes on Chin Lung. Pops him up into shallow right field. Almonte backpedals at second, and he'll make the catch for out number 2 in the third. Now Jeremy Millens comes up. The Raptor designated hitter drew a walk his first time, and then was forced out on a double play ball. Millens, another right-hander who has not hit lefties well. Just .216 against left-handers this season. Almost 100 points less than his overall average. Don't see that very much. There have been some tough lefties in the league this year. Pop foul straight back, 0-1. We'll see one of them tomorrow, Daniel Davidson for Provo, as he gets the start in Game 1 of the playoffs. Again, that is down in Provo at Larry Miller Field on the campus of BYU. First pitch, 7:05. The pregame show at 6:55 here on KXOL. So if you can't make it down to the game, keep it tuned to 1660. Another throw to first. Again, Crisotomo back safely. Probably not going anywhere, down by 6. But Touchstone has a good move in trying to steal one out here in the third. Here's a stretch, the 0-1. Bouncing ball left side. Brandon Wood will give way to the third baseman Brown, who throws to second for the force play, and that retires the side in the third inning. No runs on a hit. No errors, a man left. We go to the top of the fourth inning. It's Provo 6, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
In sports, players spend hours perfecting the skills it takes to become a champion. At A1 Driving School, they take that approach in teaching new or nervous drivers how to perform safely behind the wheel. A1 Driving School teaches students to understand the limitations of their vehicle and how to react safely in pressure situations. So keep a champion's driving record and protect your insurance rates. For professional instruction, call A1 Driving School at 393-4116. That's A1 Driving School.
When you're looking for something special for summer lunches, Wonder Bread and Hostess Cakes will hit a home run. Kids ask for Hostess snacks with cream fillings they love. Twinkies, cupcakes, ho-hos, fruit pies, fresh donuts. Hostess stands for fun. And make that special sandwich with soft, fresh slices of Wonder Bread or home fried bread from your local hometown baker. Wonder Bread and Hostess Cakes, a winning combination.
We go to the top of the fourth inning. It's Provo 6, Ogden nothing. Mike White stays on the hill, and he'll face Matt Brown, Bobby Wilson, and Brandon Wood. So White, the second pitcher of the night. David Quinn for the Raptors went an inning and 2/3, allowed 6 hits, 6 runs, all of those earned. He walked 3 while striking out 2. White, meanwhile, has thrown an inning in the third. He has walked 2, has not allowed a hit. He has struck out 3. So here's Matt Brown. Bobby Wilson to follow, then Brandon Wood. Provo already with a 6-0 lead and trying for a Pioneer League record 4 victories. And already tied for the mark with the 1985 Great Falls Dodgers. Both these teams have won 54 games. Provo trying to win 55 for the first time in the league history. There's a strike call, and the count evens 1-1 on Matt Brown. But again, it is interesting to note that Great Falls did not win the Pioneer League championship in '85. They lost to the Salt Lake Trappers 3-2. It was a 5-game series back then. They did not have an opening round of the playoffs. You just had a championship series. There's a strike call, so it goes 1-2 on Matt Brown, who has yet to be retired tonight. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, evens it up. Brown walked and scored in the first inning, doubled and scored his last time up in the second. 2 more doubles tonight for Provo, gives them 196 as a team. That also is a league record. They've just demolished the record by about 20 doubles. 2-2 pitch, line toward right, out of play. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two more finals in the major leagues, and we'll get those along to you here in a moment. First, the 2-2 to Brown. Line toward right field, could be trouble. It drops foul by a few feet. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Red Sox beat the Yankees 9-3. So Boston back within 3.5 games of the Yankees. Blue Jays beat the Tigers 8-6. So for the finals of It Could Always Be Worse, the Tigers this year are 37-103. They have lost 3 times as many games as they have won. There's a pop foul, right field side. Jeff Comfort giving chase, but it's going to drop into the stands. In that grassy area in the right field corner, and it's just packed out there. We are filled to the gills at Lindquist Field tonight. Folks enjoying themselves on a spectacular evening weather-wise, and there will be fireworks after the ball games. We expect this entire crowd to stick around the rest of the way. 2-2 pitch, lined into right. That'll drop in front of David Cardona. So Matt Brown, a leadoff single in the fourth, and he's 2 for 2. Well, we got a response here. Don't have a favorite moment from 2003, but we do have a favorite player. That would be Chad Billingsley. And a good reason why, because the gentleman that wrote me is his dad, Jim, listening back in Defiance, Ohio. Well, Jim, I'm sure, will be listening anxiously tomorrow night, game 1 of the playoffs, when Chad will get the start. And what an honor for Chad Billingsley to start game 1 of the postseason. Just 18 years old, actually 19 now. But fine prospect. Here's a line drive into center right at Alejandro De Aza. They had Bobby Wilson play perfectly. De Aza was all the way over in right center. And Bobby Wilson hit it right to him. So with 1 out and 1 on in the fourth, the number 5 hitter Brandon Wood comes up. So Jim Billingsley wishes the Raptors good luck tomorrow. Again, should be a fantastic ball game. Both games, the first 2 games, have pitching matchups that you dream to see. There's a foul ball in the right field corner, 0-1. The Pioneer League equivalent of, say, Roger Clemens versus Randy Johnson. I could have to call Mike McGrew Randy Johnson, though. McGrew's 6'6", so he's about as close as anyone in the league. Randy Johnson. No balls, one strike on Brandon Wood. One on, one away. Mike White deals a little bit low, and the count evens out at a ball and a strike. National League score, the Phillies shut out the Mets 1-0. Marlon Byrd drove in the only run for the Phillies in the game. Wood laces one to deep left. Back goes Brian Carter. That one is off the wall. And racing into third is Matt Brown. He will be in. And with the stand-up double is Brandon Wood. Provo threatens again here in the fourth. Runners at second and third, one out. And the number 6 batter, Aaron Peel, coming up. Game 1 of the doubleheader today. The Braves beat the Pirates 3-2. And now in the top of the ninth, the Pirates leading the Braves 4-3. A couple of good ones in that double dip today. And one more American League final. The A's beat the Devil Rays 3-1. There's a line drive to left field, a base hit. That'll score one for sure. Holding at third is Brandon Wood as Aaron Peel drives in another run for Provo. And the Angels now lead it 7-0. Peel knocks in his second run of the game. Scores Matt Brown from third and advances Brandon Wood to third base. By the way, Brown has scored 3 times tonight. We're only in the fourth inning. First and third, one out. Number 7 hitter Jordan Reds comes up. And now left-hander Brian Dumasnil gets up in the Ogden bullpen. Been a while since we've seen Dumasnil. Well, the NFL season started last night, so I guess it's safe to say the Raptors are down by a touchdown here in the fourth. There's a strike call in the inside corner, and it's 0-1 on Jordan Rents. Full slate of Major League games, several more of them beginning to wrap up, so we'll keep you up to date on all of the Major League scores throughout the night. Here's the 0-1 to Rents. Bounces in front of the plate, evens up the count, and a ball and a strike. Rents is yet to be retired. He singled but not in a run in the first inning. He walked with the bases loaded his last time up. And so Rents with 2 RBIs tonight. 1-1 on Rents. Wide deal. Curveball swung on and missed, and he has the outfielder down in the count 1-2. Oh, here's a tremendous factoid we just got from Chad Billingsley's dad, Dan Davidson. Coached Chad Billingsley 2 years ago when Chad was on Team Florida USA. That's a very interesting fact. The baseball is such a small world. Hard to believe. You take a look at Chad Billingsley and his teammate here with the Raptors, Chuck Tiffany. They were teammates on the junior national team last year. Now there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Jordan Rents retired for the second out of the fourth inning. There was one point in this league, back when Russ Nixon was the manager of the Billings Mustangs, where two-thirds of the league's managers had either played for Russ Nixon or coached under Russ Nixon. It really is a small world in baseball. There's a fastball and a strike, and it's 0-1 on Ryan Kenning. First and third, 2 outs. Kenning today 0 for 2. He struck out swinging in the first, struck out looking to end the second. The 1-strike pitch from White, low and outside, diving stop by Mike Lynch, the Raptor catcher. And we got that Breyers ice cream up here in the booth now. That just made the evening a whole lot more fun. Somehow a 7-0 deficit is easier to take with a nice big bite of Breyers ice cream. There's a swing and a miss on Ryan Kenning, and the count goes to 1-2 on the big left-handed hitter. Yesterday, Kenning went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Today, he has struck out twice. They make it 6 straight at-bats in which Kenning has struck out. Oh, almost ball 7. Fastball a little bit high, so the deuce is wild on Ryan Kenning. Ryan Dumasnil and Edgar Ahumada now throwing in the Raptor pen. 2-2 on Kenning. The pitch from White, and a bender stays high. Full count now on the big first baseman. Actually, if you go back to Wednesday, Kenning has struck out in 7 straight at-bats. That's a nasty stretch. 3-2 pitch coming up. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 8 consecutive at-bats in which Ryan Kenning has struck out. Another run comes across for Provo on 3 hits. 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Provo 7, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
In baseball, speed around the bases is crucial. And the same is true when it comes to your internet. SurfUtah.net offers all types of dial-up and high-speed internet connections, starting at only $14.95 per month. Compare that to AOL or MSN, and you're saving 40%. SurfUtah.net can get you connected at home or at work. Call toll-free 888-860-SURF. Low flat rates and fast unlimited access. It's all yours when you surf the net with SurfUtah.net.
Need an escape from the hustle and bustle of city life? It's time to consider Bandana Ranch. Located between Strawberry and Starvation Reservoirs, you can play with your ATVs and snowmobiles on more than 18,000 acres of beautiful mountains. 5-acre recreation lots are available now, starting at $15,000. Call 888-476-5515 for more information. So leave the city behind and reserve your spot now at Bandana Ranch.
Bottom half of the 4th inning at Lindquist Field. Provo leads the Raptors by a 7-0 score. They have out-hit the Raptors 9-4. Nick Touchstone will stay on the mound to face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Raptor lineup. Leading things off is Jeff Comfort. He'll be followed by Ryan Carter and David Cardona. Then, if anyone gets on, Mike Lynch. Well, the Orioles have come back to tie the Mariners in the bottom of the 9th. That game is knotted up at 4. Oakland has already won tonight. So they're trying to extend their lead over the Seattle Mariners, who are hoping to hang within 2 games of the A's. But if the Orioles come back to win it, it'll drop down to a 3-game lead for Oakland. Jeff Comfort leads off. He grounded into a double play his first time, so he's 0 for 1 tonight. Provo plays him the opposite way, and Comfort takes a fastball high. It's 1-0. Jeff in a big slump right now. 3 out of his last 24. It's a 125 average. Been a 300 hitter most of the year. Now he takes ball 2 downstairs from Touchstone. Comfort, another Raptor right-handed batter that doesn't hit lefties once. Quite an anomaly on this year's Raptor squad that's so dominated by right-handed batters that they just don't hit well against lefties. Just 232 as a team against left-handers. There's ball 4 outside, so Jeff Comfort draws the leadoff walk in the 4th. Second free pass issued by Touchstone tonight. And that'll bring up the 5-hitter Ryan Carter. Carter had a leadoff single in the second. Was wiped out on a double play ball. We'll try and get a rally going here in the 4th. Ogden down by 7 runs. Carter takes the ball upstairs from Touchstone. Carter's really hit the ball well against Provo. 406 against the Angels. No home runs, 5 RBIs. And he already has 1 hit tonight. The 1-0. Takes a high fastball, and it goes 2 balls and no strikes. And that's going to draw a visit from the pitching coach, Kernan Ronan. It'll be a little bit difficult for a pitcher in a situation like this. You have a large lead. You know all you have to do is get through the 5th, and you have a great shot at picking up the victory. But Touchstone is having problems with the strike zone here in the 4th. He has thrown 6 straight pitches out of the strike zone. So Kernan Ronan, the pitching coach, kind of right in his face right now, saying, just throw a strike. For Pete's sake. So it's 2-0 on Carter. Good hitters count here. And if you're Carter, especially after that conversation, you're probably looking for a fastball. And Carter, a very good fastball hitter. Let's see if he can do something with it. The 2-0. It's a curve, and it missed inside for ball 3. Maybe trying to fool Carter, get him to chase one, and he wouldn't bite on the base. So 3-0. High ball 4. Back-to-back walks to start out the 4th. Nick Touchstone really hasn't been close to the strike zone either. 2 on, no one out, and David Carter. Cardona grounded into a double play his first time. So a chance to atone for that. Takes a curve and a strike, and it's 0-1. 2 men on, no one out. Ogden trailing 7-0. Been like pulling teeth to score runs for the Raptors in this series. They throw to first, and they have picked off Ryan Carter at first base. Caught him napping. They were not holding him on. The first baseman, Kenning, was playing behind him. And that's just a very good play by Provo. Runners at first and second. When you're at first, you don't expect that pickoff throw. But Touchstone is able to nip Carter. And so there is one away in the 4th inning. Again, those are the kind of mistakes Ogden cannot afford to make in the playoffs. Here's a bouncing ball to short. Grabbed at third by Wood. Guns to first. Gets Cardona. And there's 2 outs in the inning as he moves up Jeff Comfort to third base. Provo first in 7 different offensive categories in comparison with the rest of the league. So again, if you're the Raptors going into this weekend, you have to play almost flawless baseball just to give yourself a chance to win. A lot of pressure for a team, but it can also be freeing. You know, you just go out and you play baseball. What do you have to lose? You're the underdogs. You're not expected to even win a game, probably. Most of the teams in the league wouldn't expect Ogden to even get one out of those 3. There's a swing and a miss, and the count evens up. So strike. So if you're the Raptors, there's no pressure. Well, this team just relaxes and plays ball. They're actually a very good team. There's a curve down and in, and the count goes 2-1 on Lynch. Raptors have proved that with a 20-hit ball game this year and a 23-hit ball game. One of those, that 23-hit game was against Provo. So the Raptors have had flashes of brilliance this season. Here's the line, the 2-1 to Lynch. And a breaking ball caught the outside corner, so we have the deuces wild here in the 4th. Mike Lynch trying to bring home the Raptors' first run. Ogden trailing 7-0 in the bottom of the 4th. And now time call. So it's 2-2. Touchstone spins and deals. And a liner foul right out of the ballpark in the right field side. Count still 2-2 on the Raptor catcher. Lynch doubled to the right center gap his last time. Trying to come up with a base hit and knock in his roommate, Jeff Comfort. The 2-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. That'll retire the side in the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. A walk and a man left on. We go to the top of the 5th. It's Provo 7. Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Looking for a licensed, bonded, insured electrical contractor? Look no further than Lynn Woodward Electric. We specialize in telephone wiring, control wiring, and custom design. No job too small or too big. Commercial, industrial, residential. Lynn Woodward Electric is a member of the Utah Better Business Bureau. We're located at 3336 South 1325 West in Ogden. If you have any questions, please give us a call at 621-3220.
Hey fans, are you looking for a good car? Have previous credit problems? Need a second chance? Then have we got a deal for you. We're New Deal Used Cars, and we can help you with your credit problems. We feature a great selection of reliable used cars and friendly, courteous service, guaranteed. We finance our own loans, which means you'll buy with us and pay with us with simple, easy terms you can live with. New Deal Used Cars. Let us put you in a vehicle today at 3213 Wall Avenue in Ogden.
Top of the fifth inning in Ogden, the Provo Angels lead the Raptors by 7-0 score. Mike White stays on the hill and will face the 9-1 and 2 batters in the Provo lineup. Bronco Mike White has gone 2 1/3 innings of relief, allowed 3 hits and a run. He's walked 2, but he struck out 5 tonight. So White will be facing Sam Hess and Nuri Almonte and Jose Guzman here in the fifth. Well, the Mariners and Orioles still tied at 4 in the bottom of the ninth. The top of the eighth, the Expos lead the Marlins 5-1. Philadelphia has already won today. They shut out the Mets 1-0. So they would have a chance to move a game ahead of Florida. The wild card race. Also in the bottom of the ninth, game 2 of the doubleheader, the Pirates lead the Braves 5-3 now. There's a ground ball to third, scooped by Juan Gonzalez. The throw across the diamond in time, and there's one away here in the fifth. Sam Hess, the catcher, grounds out to third, and with one away, we go to the top of the lineup, and Nuri Almonte. Almonte 0 for 2. He drew a walk and scored in the first inning. Grounded to short back in the second, and he struck out looking against Mike White his last time up. Takes a curve and a strike, and it's 0-1. We're in the fifth, 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Provo. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Raptors. And a curve for strike 2 on Almonte. A couple of those big curveballs from Mike White. And Almonte has watched both go by for strikes. The 0-2 coming up, fastball and a foul ball. What makes Mike White so effective when he's able to throw that curve for a strike? He's as tough a left-hander as you'll face in relief. 0-2 on Almonte. And a high fastball. Almonte wouldn't chase it. Goes to 1-2. At the top of the eighth inning, the White Sox lead the Indians 5-3. Here's a tapper towards second. Backhanded by Crisotomo. The throw to first is in time, and there's 2 away in the fifth. Top of the ninth, the Cubs doubling up the Brewers 4-2. Former Raptor Ben Sheets had the start tonight for the Brewers. Threw well, gave up just 3 runs in 7 innings. But Sammy Sosa hit a 2-run homer. The check swing by Guzman, so the count goes 1-0. Jose Guzman, 2 of 3 tonight. 2 singles, 2 runs scored. He has a stolen base. Last time up against White, he struck out swinging. Swings and misses at a fastball there, and that evens it up at 1-1. This would be the third inning for White, and probably his last tonight, as Edgar Ahumada, another left-hander, gets up in the Raptor bullpen. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and Guzman down on the count 1-2. White took a little bit off, and it low and outside, and Guzman swung over the top. So it's a ball and 2 strikes on the Provo left fielder. 2 outs, base is empty. The 1-2 to Guzman. Up and in. So we have the deuces wild in the fifth. Taking those caps a lot tonight. Wear this thing out. The 2-2 coming up to Guzman. Bouncer fouled on the third base line. Again, game 1 of the playoffs tomorrow night in Provo. Game 2 would be here in Ogden on Sunday at 4 o'clock. So if you haven't picked up your tickets yet, Sure to call tomorrow. There's a curve and a called strike 3. That'll retire the side in the 5th. Mike White has his second 1-2-3 inning of the night and ends it with his 6th strikeout. We're halfway through the contest. It's Provo 7, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
There's nothing like the feeling of hitting the road on a motorcycle. The wind in your hair, that sense of freedom. Sounds great, doesn't it? At Carey's Cycle Center in Riverdale, they can help you experience that feeling for yourself. They specialize in the sales and service of Yamaha motorcycles as well as ATVs and snowmobiles. Stop by and see them at 4450 South 700 West in Riverdale or visit their website at careycycle.com. Carey's Cycle Center, a proud sponsor of Raptors baseball.
If you could build your dream home, what would you want? A spa in your master bathroom? How about a beautiful chef's kitchen? Well, whatever your idea is, Buckley Homes can take you there. Whether this is your first home or your dream home, we can help. We also remodel, finish basements, do concrete flat work, and residential or commercial framing. It all starts with just a phone call. Just dial 771-4164 or log on to buckleyhomes.com. Buckley Homes, because Buckley is better.
Bottom half of the 5th inning, Nick Touchstone stays on the hill for Provo. He'll face the 8, 9, and 1 batters in the Raptor lineup. Touchstone started the 4th with 2 walks, but then he picked off Ryan Carter from first base, got a ground out by David Cardona, and then struck out Mike Lynch looking to retire the side. So it'll be Gonzalez, Crisotomo, and De Aza for the Raptors here in the 5th inning as they look to come back against these Provo Angels. Provo trying to set a Pioneer League record for team victories. And they're in good shape the first half of this game with a 7-0 lead. There's Juan Gonzalez, line to left his first time. Now he pops one up foul territory. The catcher has chasing after it, but that one will drop on top of the roof on the first base side of the main grandstand, and it's 0-1. By the way, folks, 2004 season tickets are on sale now. You can get seats in Section A on the first base side for just $100 for a 38-game schedule. Curveball, strike 2 on Gonzalez. That comes at $2.63 a game. You cannot beat that deal, ladies and gentlemen. Section B is only $150. But between the two, I'd go with A personally. Directly across from first base that way. Shoot for $50. $50 less, plus you get a suntan. Here's the 1-2. Curveball, foul tip. And it goes to 1-2 on Gonzalez. Section C, which is kind of in the corner, right by the visiting team's dugout. That's $175 a ticket. Then the rest of the seats in the third base side and behind home are $225. So that shows you how good of a deal those Section A seats are. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Gonzalez retired for the first out of the 5th. Nick Touchstone records his 3rd strikeout of the night. That brings up the Raptors second baseman, Miguel Crisotomo. Crisotomo has one of the 4 Raptor hits. Got a leadoff single in the 3rd. Touchstone spins and deals. Foul tip, and it's 0-1. Plus, you want to get these seats as soon as you can because this is an early bird special on reserving those 2004 season tickets. They'll go up after the first of the year. Here's a bunt try down the third base line, barehanded by Wood. Guns to first to get Crisotomo, and there's 2 outs. Brandon Wood, or rather, that was Matt Brown. Matt Brown is as good a defensive third baseman as there is in the league. And the shortstop, Brandon Wood, is pretty doggone good himself. It's a very sound defense on the left side of that Provo infield. 2 outs, bases empty on the hands of the batter with Ogden trailing by 7 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Curveball and a strike, and it's 0-1. So probably be the final inning for Touchstone, a right-hander getting up in the Provo bullpen. Right-hander Fernando Rodriguez. Breaking ball, missed inside, goes 1-1 on De Aza. And it appears as if we will have a new Raptor pitcher in the 6th. Swing and a miss. The bat by De Aza flies towards the stands. It hits the net above the visiting team's dugout and drops in right in front of Provo manager Tom Kochman. Behausen just shakes his head as he walks back to the batter's box. 1-2 on the Raptor center fielder. The spin in the pitch. Ground ball towards short. Right at Brandon Wood. Takes a friendly hop. He throws to first in time, and Ogden goes down in order. In the fifth inning, 1-2-3. Let's go to the sixth. It's still Provo 7, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
The Timbermine Steakhouse invites you to come in and enjoy an evening of dining at the mine. The unique atmosphere of an old mine complements the fabulous food. They specialize in prime ribs, steaks, seafood, and chicken. They're open every evening at 5 p.m. Barbecue nights are on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Reservations are taken for groups of 10 or more. Phone 393-2155 or visit the Timber Mine at www.timbermine.com.
In baseball, the catcher protects home plate, helping the home team win. When it comes to your home or office, you win with the protection you get from Alert Alarm. They're proud to provide all your security needs. They specialize in residential and commercial systems, including burglar, fire, and video cameras. Serving all of the Provo area, Alert Alarm is #1 in customer service. So call them today at 802-0707. That's Alert Alarm. Find them in your Provo Yellow Pages.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. We go to the top of the sixth inning. New pitcher on the hill for the Ogden Raptors. This will be the lefty Edgar Ahumada. Ahumada is 6'1", 180. A 20-year-old from Mexico, signed as a free agent last year by the Dodgers. And Ahumada will face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Provo lineup here in the sixth. Edgar on the season 1-5, an ERA of 4.61. This will be his 12th appearance of the year. He has made 8 starts. This is his 4th out of the bullpen. Ahumada had a rough outing the other day in Provo. Went 3 innings, allowed 7 hits and 4 runs. That was on Monday night. Against the Angels on the road. That was Provo's 11-2 win over the Raptors. Provo has just dominated the series. First game was fairly close. Provo won 10-8. Ogden scored 2 runs in the ninth, however. Sunday's game was 6-1 Angels. Provo won 11-2 on Monday. The Raptors held a 3-1 lead through 5.5 innings on Tuesday, but Provo came back with 6 unanswered runs to win it 7-3. The Angels won 12-6 on Wednesday and 5-1 yesterday. Now leading 7-0 in this one as we go to the 6th inning. Matt Brown will lead off for the Angels. He is yet to be retired tonight. Takes a fastball from Ahumada outside, and it's 1-0. Brown 2 for 2 with a walk. He has a single, a double, and has scored all 3 times he's been to the plate tonight. 1-0. Called strike, evens it up at 1-1. Well, the Reds and Cardinals have gone to extra innings. They are tied at 2. Albert Pujols has a 2-run home run for the Cardinals. In the top of the ninth, the White Sox lead the Indians 5-3. The Twins lead the Rangers 10-7. So the White Sox and Twins trying to stay in a tie for first. Meanwhile, the Royals trying to hang in there. In the bottom of the third, they're leading the Anaheim Angels 1-0. 1-1 pitch. Down and in for ball 2 on Matt Brown. Bottom of the ninth, Cubs still leading the Brewers 4-2. And a slugfest going on in Colorado between the Raptors' parent club, the Dodgers, and the Rockies. There's a ground ball to third. Gonzalez makes the play, throws to first. It's high, and the tag was applied in time. They get Mike Brown for out number 1 in the 6th inning. Ball sailed on Gonzalez. Jeff Comfort made a leap to make the grab and was able to get the swipe tag down in time on Matt Brown. So there's 1 out, base is empty, and now the cleanup hitter Bobby Wilson comes up. Might have been a friendly hometown call there. Came a little out of hand, and an enormous crowd on hand here at Lindquist Field. There's ball one on Bobby Wilson, who is 1 for 3 tonight. Wilson doubled in 2 runs back in the first. Makes a strike, and the count evens 1-1. Since that double, Wilson has grounded out to third and lined out to center. 1 ball, 1 strike on the DH for the Angels. Ball 2 down and in. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Provo, no runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Raptors. Edgar Ahumada in the game. 2-1 pitch to Wilson. Bounced foul down the third base line. Evens it up at 2-2. Ahumada pitched in the Gulf Coast League last year and was mainly a reliever. He did have 2 saves and a sparkling 1-0 record. His ERA was just over 2. He has not fared quite as well in the Pioneer League this year. Just a 1-5 record and an ERA up over 4.5. Not an overpowering type, but he mixes his pitches well. When he's able to throw strikes, he has been effective. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Wilson went up in the attic, found nothing but cobwebs. So there's 2 outs in the 6th inning. Ahumada gets his first strikeout, and that'll bring up the 5-hitter Brandon Wood. Edgar has an older brother, Alejandro, who played in the Red Sox organization for 5 years. So certainly Alejandro had told Edgar some stories, told him what to expect. So this lifestyle must not have been too much of a shock to the left-hander. It does take an adjustment, especially for the younger players. The pitch to Wood. He'll take a fastball strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. That's something to keep in mind with this Ogden team. They were one of the youngest teams in the league. In fact, the 3rd youngest team in the Pioneer League. The curveball low evens it up 1-1. Even though Missoula is a lower affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks, they were stocked with a full slate of 21-year-olds. You're allowed 17. That's as many as Missoula had. Swing and a miss, 1-2 on Wood. So the only teams younger than Ogden were Casper and Idaho Falls. And that's fairly evident by the records. Ogden went a combined 22-10 against those 2 teams. There's a curve away, so we have the deuces wild here in the 6th. 22 of the Raptors' 34 wins came against Casper and Idaho Falls. 2-2 pitch. Fouled back, it remains 2-2 on Brandon Wood. 2 outs, bases empty in the 6th inning. Provo 7, Ogden 0. Again, the pitch fouled off. And in Colorado, a good game going on with the Rockies and Dodgers. That one's in the bottom of the 5th. The Rockies lead the Dodgers 7-6. Adrian Beltre 3 for 3 in that one with a home run. There's a towering pop fly to left. This one will reach the stand, so it's still 2-2 on Brandon Wood. The just-nameters, Adrian Beltre, gotten a lot better since the Dodgers traded for Robin Ventura. Beltre had a horrid start to this year. Talk of him perhaps getting released. And then once the Dodgers make that trade, Beltre's turned it on, and he's helped carry that team offensively recently. There's a ball down and in, so a full count on Brandon Wood with 2 outs and the bases empty. The payoff pitch is hit high and deep to left. A towering fly. That one is over the scoreboard, or is it off the very top of it? A home run for Brandon Wood. That's about as deep a ball as we have seen hit this year. He just crushed it. Looking dead red on 3-2. And that one would still be traveling. It hit the top of the Diet Coke sign. And for Wood, that is his 4th home run of the season, his 3rd off the Raptors. Now 8-0 Provo, and Aaron Fields swings and misses. It's 0-1. Holy moly. A lot of big home runs in this park. That one's in the top 5. There's a ball laced down the left field line into the corner. Aaron Peel around first. He will head to second. Ryan Carter scoops it up in the corner of Lindquist Field, guns into third to hold Peel to a 2-out double. Strong throw from Ryan Carter, by the way. That was on a line to third base, and Peel, had he tried for third, would have been out by 1.5 miles. Carter does have a strong arm, as does Cardona in right tonight. It's a pretty good defensive outfield the Raptors have right now. Diaz in center with a ton of speed, can cover a lot of ground. Jordan Wrench, the batter, he takes a strike, and the count 0-1. The Royals have added a run in the fourth inning, so they lead the Angels. That's now in the bottom of the fourth. Wrench swings and misses. The count's 0-2 now on the Provo right field. The Reds and Cardinals have gone to the 11th, still tied at 2. And it is now a final. The Cubs beat the Brewers 4-2. So the Cubs really cheering for the Reds right now. Cubbies could go ahead of the Cardinals if Cincinnati defeats St. Louis. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Rents went up in the attic on nothing but cobwebs, but a run scores on 2 hits. In fact, one of the longest home runs we have seen in the park this year. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Provo 8, Ogden nothing. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
With interest rates changing faster than a 9-year fastball, now's the time to examine your mortgage. By refinancing, you can lower your interest rate and monthly payment. Just call Aspen Mortgage, with offices in American Fork and Payson. They offer FHA and conventional loans for purchases, refinances, debt consolidation, and home improvements. Approval just takes 1 hour. So call 756-7434 or 465-9400. Aspen Mortgage in your yellow pages. Financing the American dream, one home at a time.
The Kerr Companies know it takes hard work and dedication to be the best you can be. And since 1961, the Kerr Company has maintained its reputation as a premier builder, developer, and manager of commercial and the housing industry across the state. We strive to recognize and understand the needs of our clients and to be ahead of our times and consistently set and reach new goals. Give us a call at 621-0330. We dedicate ourselves to making a difference.
You're listening to Raptors Baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is Provo 8, Ogden nothing. New pitcher on the hill for the Angels will be a right-hander, Fernando Rodriguez. He's 6'3", 210. From El Paso, Texas. Rodriguez, a 19-year-old, drafted this year out of El Paso Community College. So Rodriguez will be facing the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Raptor lineup. It'll be Chin-Lung Hu, Jeremy Millen, Jeff Comfort, and if anyone reaches, Ryan Carter. Reds and Cardinals have moved on to the 11th, tied at 2, and former Pioneer Leaguer Steven Smitherman is batting now for the Cincinnati Reds. Smitherman was in this league in 2000. He was a big hitter and one of the best hitters on a very good hitting Billings team that year. So Chin-Lung Hu will lead things off here in the 6th. Those are who's you're hearing, not boos. Chin-Lung Hu has become the most popular Raptor for the year. 1 for 2 tonight. And he grounds one up the middle, a base hit to center. Second hit of the evening for Chin-Lung Hu. And this one a leadoff single in the 6th. Facing Fernando Rodriguez, who is making his 4th appearance of the year. Rodriguez, no record, 1 save. In 4 innings, he's allowed 5 hits, 1 run, no walks, 6 strikeouts. Just recently joined the team. The majority of his games have come against the Raptors, but the only run he allowed was to Idaho Falls. There's a high drive towards right field. Jordan Rents chasing after it into the corner. He drops the ball. And Chin-Lung Hu will race into second. Now he'll go to third. Jeremy Millens will have to hold it first as Rents gets the ball in. Hu had to hold up to see if that ball was caught. So Millens nearly passed him on the baseline. And Millens had to hold at first base. So be an error on Rentz in right. And that puts runners at first and third with no one out for the cleanup hitter, Jeff Comfort. Comfort 0 for 1. He drew a walk his last time up. Now he's trying to drive after his first run of the night. Trailing by an 8-0 score. Ogden has been shut out only once this year. There's a check swing. Bounces away from Hess. Now Millen's trying for second, and he'll get in as Hess does not attempt to throw it. It'll be a pass ball on the catcher. So runners at second and third, no one out. And Comfort with the base hit can drive in two. The outfield playing very deep on this right-handed hitter. And he takes a curve down and in, evens it up at 1-1. All packed house tonight, so packed in fact they are able to do the wave. You won't see that in any other Pioneer League parks. And there's a wild pitch back to the screen. Coming home is Shin Long Hu, and the Raptors have scored a run. Even if it's on a wild pitch, we'll take it, folks. It's an 8-1 contest. And Jeff Comfort can still knock in Jeremy Millens from third. The infield is playing back, so they're giving up the run. They count 2-1 on Comfort, so he's likely to see one around the strike zone. If Comfort can put one on the ground and score Millens from third base. 2-1 pitch. Now back, evens it up at 2-2. Like you try to hit that one in the air deep enough to get Millens home. Good cut, just a little underneath it. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a strike three, and there's one away in the sixth inning. Rodriguez, his first strikeout, and that'll bring up Ryan Carter. Well, finals in Chicago and Minnesota now. The White Sox beat the Indians 5-3, and the Twins beat the Rangers 10-7. At the top of the fifth, the Royals still shutting out the Angels 2-0. Here's a ground ball, base hit to right field. That'll score a run, makes it 8-2. Ryan Carter, his second hit of the night, and he drives in his 34th run of the season. Again, folks, you can feel Carter starting to heat up, and I can't tell you how enormous that is heading into the playoffs. A couple of defensive changes for Provo to tell you about. Matt Pauley has moved over to left field. And Jose Guzman has gone to short. Out of the ballgame now is Brandon Wood. As Wood has had a sensational game, so Matt Pauley replaces him in the lineup here in the sixth inning. So Wood will finish tonight 2 out of 3, including a solo home run and a double. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cardona. 1 on, 1 out. Breaking ball and a strike at the knees makes it 1-2. Cardona hitless in 2 tonight. Grounded into a double play and also grounded out to third. Ryan Carter takes his lead at first base. A 1-2 pitch. Texas swing, missed outside. The base umpire Tim Dodd holds up the call on the appeal. So it's 2-2 on Cardona. Right-hander versus right-hander here. Rodriguez looking in for the sign from Hess. Checks the runner in the 2-2. Breaking ball down and in. Scooped away from Hess, but not far enough for the runner to advance. So a full count on Cardona. 2 runs have scored on 2 hits, an error, fastball, and a wild pitch. So Provo is not immune to mistakes either. The 3-2 to Cardona. Called strike 3 in the outside corner, and he knew it. There's 2 outs in the sixth inning. Rodriguez gets the second strikeout, and it brings Mike Lynch to the plate. Lynch had a bullet of a double back in the second inning. He was called out on strikes his last time up. Now Lynch facing Rodriguez with Ryan Carter at first and 2 down. Fastball high, 1-0. For Provo, 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. For the Raptors, 2 runs, 6 hits, no miscues. The 1-0 coming up, and that'll catch the outside portion of the plate, even it up at 1-1. Lynch 3 out of 25 against Provo this year, including 1 out of 2 tonight. The 120 batting average. There's the ball down and in. Now Rodriguez behind in the count, 2-1. Outfield will play Lynch toward the opposite gap. And there's ball 3 a little high. So an excellent hitter's count here at 3 balls and a strike. Juan Gonzalez waiting on the on-deck circle. There's a 3-1 coming up. Outside ball 4. Now to put runners at first and second with 2 away. So Juan Gonzalez stepping up. We have Carter at second, Lynch at first, 2 outs. Ogden down by 6. The top of the 4th in San Diego. Padres lead the Astros 3-2. So the Cubs have already won. Should the Astros lose, the Cubs would be a half a game ahead of Houston for first place. And meanwhile, the Cardinals and Reds are still tied at 2. That one has gone to the bottom of the 11th, but Albert Pujols will be back. And the pitching coach, Vernon Roden, out to the hill to talk with Fernando Rodriguez. And just urging the young pitcher to throw strikes. He has runners at first and second, 2 away. They count 1-0 on Juan Gonzalez. Also in the bottom of the 4th, the Diamondbacks and Giants are scoreless. 1-0 on Juan Gonzalez. The stretch from Rodriguez, the pitch, and it missed a little bit high. Goes to 2-0 on the Raptors third baseman. Gonzalez lined to left in the second inning. He struck out swinging his last time up in the 5th. Here's the 2-0. Line drive, base hit. Rounding third, heading home is Ryan Carter, and holding at second is Lynch. The Raptors now within 5. It's 8-3. Juan Gonzalez drives in his 10th run of the year, scoring Ryan Carter from second. 2 on, 2 away, and now the 9-hitter Miguel Crisotomo comes up. The Raptors stats are taking note here. Not doing anything fancy, just stringing together a few singles. Provo helped him out with a mistake here and there, and that will happen. So if you get down big early, you don't have to score all those runs at once. The Raptors had picked up a run here or a run there. This would be a tight ball game right now. But Ogden left the man in scoring position in the first, second, and 4th innings. Crisotomo fouls one off, and the count evens up at a right. You don't have to hit home runs. You don't even have to hit doubles. And in those first 2 games of the playoffs, it's only going to take a couple of runs to give you a chance to win. 1-1 on Crisotomo, who is 1 for 2 tonight. And he bounces one towards short. Waiting on it is Guzman. He'll step on second for the forced play, and that retires the side. But the Raptors pick up 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It's Provo 8, Ogden 3. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Summer is here, bringing 2 of America's favorite pastimes, baseball and Snyder's Family Meats is proud to help you and your family enjoy both by offering the fullest selection of meats for the barbecue, including a wide variety of marinated chicken, beef, and pork. And don't forget the finest steaks to be found. Snyder's is a proud sponsor of your Ogden Raptors, so get out and enjoy all the season has to offer. While you're out, make the stop at Snyder's Family Meats, located at 4421 Harrison Boulevard, right at the entrance of the new McKay-D Hospital. Snyder's Family Meats, celebrating 20 years of our family serving your
business from sun exposure and crime is to have your windows tinted. Window tinting is easy and affordable through Performance Tint and Customizing. For fast, free estimates backed by 10 years of experience and a lifetime warranty, call 801-223-9418. Performance Tint also specializes in leather interiors, mobile video, and car audio systems. Performance Tint and Customizing in Orem, Utah County's window tinting specialist.
Top half of the seventh inning here in Ogden. It's Provo 8, Ogden 3. Edgar Ahumada stays on the mound to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Provo lineup. The Angels got a 2-out home run from Brandon Wood, a majestic shot off the top of the Diet Coke sign on the scoreboard. So what you have, folks, is about an 18 or a 16-foot high wall. Then another 6 feet above that, the scoreboard begins. And then you're probably looking at another 20, 25 feet to the top of the scoreboard, and that's where he hit that ball. It was in the left center, which you're looking at probably 375 feet. So to the top of that, if it keeps going, it's got to be 400 plus. Easy. That's what? Oh, that's right. I've heard a lot about this home run. Prince Fielder, in his first game for the Raptors, hit the 9th inning grand slam over that scoreboard in left. The storybook home run, and what's bound to be a long career for that hitter. Brian Kenning will lead off the 7th inning for Provo as the Angels lead the Raptors 8-3. Kenning has struck out in 8 straight at-bats, and he takes a fastball high, 1-0. Kenning is 0 for 3 tonight with 3 strikeouts, 0 for 4 yesterday with 4 strikeouts, and he fanned in his final at-bat on Wednesday. But Ahumada has fallen behind 2-0. Now he's going to hit him on the shoulder. So the tough stretch continues for Kenning. 8 straight strikeouts, then he's hit by a pitch. So now the 9-hitter Sam Hess comes up. Runner at first, no one out. Hess hitless in 3 tonight. And there's a fastball high and away for ball 1. Ahumada all over the place here in the 7th. And we may start to see some activity in the bullpen if this keeps up. Ahumada didn't look very sharp the other day in Provo either. And it does look like Brian Dumasnil will get back up in the pen. Another left-hander. That would be the 4th left-hander of the night for the Raptors. The 1-0 to Hess, and it's fouled straight back. Count evens up at 1-1. Well, 2-2. The Reds and Cardinals still tied. That one now going to the 12th inning. Cardinals trying to keep pace in the National League Central. 1-1 to Hess. That missed inside for ball 2. Bottom of the 6th, the Rockies still lead the Dodgers 7-6. The bottom of the 5th inning in Anaheim, the Royals lead the Angels 2-0. Shortstop Angel Baroa hit a home run. Been one of the better stories of the 2003 season. There's a ground ball towards second. Crisostomo's only play will be to first, so he gets Sam Hess, but then advances Ryan Kenning to second base. 1 out, a man at second. Now to the top of the lineup for Enuri Almonte. Almonte 0 for 3. He walked and scored in the first inning. Since then, he's grounded out twice and struck out once. Ogden has struck out 10 Angels tonight. And the Raptors will finish with the most strikeouts as a pitching staff. A nice feat for this staff. They came in fourth in the league in pitching, an ERA right around 4.5, which isn't too bad. Foul ball right side, evens up at 1-1. And especially the way they started the season on the mound. They were last or next to last for about the first 3-4 weeks of the season. And then have settled down quite well since then. That's another hit batter. Humada guns one high and inside. Anuri Almonte takes one on the shoulder blade, and so there's two men on with one away. Two hit batters in the inning for Ahumada. And as I look down in the bullpen, Brian Dumasnil throws one wild of his bullpen catcher. So this could be a crazy finish. Top of the seventh, 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for Provo. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Raptors. The stretch to pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 on Jose Guzman. Guzman 2 out of 4 tonight. Couple of singles, 2 runs scored. Got those in the first and the second inning. In the third and the fifth, though, he struck out. Once swinging, once looking. No balls, 1 strike. And now that pitch misses down and in to even it up at 1-1. So again, game 1 of the doubleheader tomorrow night, folks. 7:05 the first pitch, 6:55 the pregame show. Postseason baseball here on KXOL. The bouncer foul goes 1-2 on Jose Guzman. By the way, folks, the attendance was announced tonight, and the Raptors have set a new franchise record for season attendance. Tonight they drew 5,602. One of the best crowds of the year. One of the top 3 crowds of the year. There's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Guzman retired, and there's 2 outs in the 7th. And that'll bring up the 3 batter, Matt Brown. The Raptors set a franchise attendance record by 3 fans. And that's in 1 less game than they played last year when they set that record. At 126,100 last year. So 126,103 this year. And again, that's in 1 less game. So very impressive, especially considering the team has not performed as well as the city of Ogden would have liked, but they've still supported this club. And maybe things will be different next year, but still, we're in the playoffs. There's a drive toward right. Going back is David Cardona to the warning track. He'll make the catch, and that retires the side. No run score on no hits, but there were 2 hit batters. So 2 men left on. Time now for the 7th inning stretch. It's Provo 8, Ogden 3. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
In baseball, speed around the bases is crucial. And the same is true when it comes to your internet. SurfUtah.net offers all types of dial-up and high-speed internet connections, starting at only $14.95 per month. Compare that to AOL or MSN, and you're saving 40%. SurfUtah.net can get you connected at home or at work. Call toll-free 888-SURF. Low flat rates and fast unlimited access. It's all yours when you surf the net with SurfUtah.net.
Savon Sporting Goods proudly supports Raptors baseball. Savon is locally owned and a hometown dealer that gets behind its local baseball team. Located at 4099 Riverdale Road, Savon Sporting Goods specializes in men's and women's team sports. So cheer for the Raptors with Mark and Mike Rubin, then pay a visit to Savon Sporting Goods at 4099 Riverdale Road. Savon Sporting Goods, the friendship of those we serve is the foundation of our progress.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field, and take me out to the ball game playing. In the background, 5,602 fans on their feet and singing along here in Ogden as the Raptors trail Provo by an 8-3 score. Fernando Rodriguez stays on the mound. He'll face the top third of the Raptor lineup. It'll be Alejandro De Aza, Chin Lungu, and Jeremy Miller. A couple more Major League scores to pass along. In the top of the 7th, the Dodgers have tied it up with the Rockies. That game even at 7. The reason why, another home run from Adrian Beltre. He is 4 for 4, 2 home runs, and 3 RBIs. Trying to keep the Dodgers in that playoff race, and they're very much in it. In the wild card race, so tied at 7. And in St. Louis, the Reds have taken a 4-2 lead over the Cardinals in the top of the 12th. It'll be a tough loss for St. Louis. And Joey Stein, the Raptor general manager, will be disappointed to hear that. He's a big Cardinals fan. There's a curve and a strike. 0-1 on Alejandro De Aza. De Aza hitless in 3, 2 ground outs, 1 strikeout. Texas swing, but he went around, and now De Aza down to the count 0-2. This will probably be the final inning for Rodriguez as Hector Estacio gets up in the Provo bullpen. Here's the 0-2. Foul ball straight back. Still no balls and 2 strikes on De Aza. Shin-Lung Hu to follow, then Jeremy Millens. If anyone gets on, Jeff Comfort. The 2-strike pitch, and De Aza takes a curve inside. It goes to 1-2. Top of the 5th, the Padres lead the Astros 3-2, and also in the 5th, the Giants have taken a 1-0 lead over the Diamondbacks. Benito Santiago knocked in a run. Line the 1-2 to Alejandro De Aza. Swatted foul, left field side. Still a ball and 2 strikes. This is the final game of the regular season. Hard to believe it's here already. Playoffs start tomorrow. Here's the 1-2. Missed away, evens it up at 2-2. Might think it odd that they start the playoffs without a day off, but they have to do it because these players, a lot of them are going to go to instructional ball, which starts the middle of September. There's a check swing. He did not go, says the base umpire Tim Dobb, and so the count's on De Aza, 3-2. 3-2 pitch. Fouled off again by De Aza. Still a full count. Giving you some bad information last inning. Go ahead and switch that up for you. Matt Pauley did not come in for Brandon Wood. He came in for Matt Brown. Brown is out of the game. Pauley goes into left. Jose Guzman, who was playing left, is now at short. And Brandon Wood, who was playing short, goes to third base, takes the spot of Matt Brown. There's a called strike 3 on De Aza, and there's 1 away in the 7th inning. Third strikeout for Fernando Rodriguez. And that'll bring up the 2-hitter, Shin-Lung Hu. Shin-Lung Hu, 2 out of 3 tonight. Singled and scored his last time up in the 6th inning. He'll take a change up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. The top of the 12th in Baltimore, the Mariners and Orioles still tied at 4. Curve, that would miss, 2-0. A's have already beaten the Devil Rays 3-1. So if the Mariners can win it, they'd be 2 games back of the Athletics. There's a 1-hopper to third. Can't be played by Wood. It goes into left, and that'll be the 3rd hit of the night for Shin-Lung Hu. Shin-Lung Hu, 3 out of 4 now. And he may just have that 300 batting average after tonight. So with 1 on and 1 out, the 3-hitter, Jeremy Millens, comes up. Jeremy walked in the 1st inning, grounded into a fielder's choice to end the 3rd. His last time up, he stroked the ball into the right field corner. It was dropped by Jordan Renz, the right fielder. And Millens ended up scoring. Now he waves at strike 1. Faced 1 upstairs. It's a spot where he's been susceptible. Pitchers have tempted him with those high fastballs, and Millens has had a tough time with those. This is the 0-1. Fouls 1 off into the stands, and it goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Pretty well hit ball. Just over the head of a woman with some crutches. It would have been especially tragic if it had hit her. 0-2 on Millen. Ogden trailing 8-3 in the 7th, but 1 on, 1 out. Their three-hitter at the plate, the cleanup hitter Comfort due up next. There goes the runner. No, an 0-2 lifted toward right field. Jordan Renz will trot in, and he will make the catch. Chin Lungu goes back to first. So there's 2 outs, and it's up to Comfort to keep the inning going. The Dodgers have taken the lead now in Colorado. They lead the Rockies 8-7. That one in the top of the 7th inning. Quite a game there at Coors Field. Fastball missing outside. 1-0 on Jeff Comfort. Comfort 0 for 2 tonight. He has drawn a walk, but he's also struck out and grounded into a double play. The 1-0 by a foul fly. And the count evens up at 1-1. The Astros have gone on top of the Padres now in the top of the 5th. They lead San Diego 5-3. Jeff Bagwell cranked a 3-run home run for the Astros. The 1-1 to Comfort. Down and away, goes to 2 balls and a strike. Provo scored 4 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 6th. The Raptors scored all 3 of their runs in the 6th. 2-1 to Comfort. Fly ball towards right center. Renz chasing after it. He will make the catch, and that retires the side. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, a man left. We go to the top of the 8th inning. It's Provo 8, Ogden 3. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Since 1959, Supersonic Car Wash has been Ogden's finest car wash. We specialize in soft touch car wash. We know that your car is a highly valued member of your family, so trust our family to get your car clean. Supersonic Car Wash is located at 3851 Riverdale Road in Ogden. Our phone number is 621-8894. We're open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please visit our website at www.supersoniccarwash.com.
Craftsmanship. It's best defined as a job carefully seen through from beginning to end. At Eagle Eye Cabinets, we have a passion for craftsmanship. That's why loyal customers, including the Raptors, rely on Eagle Eye for their cabinetry. There's pride in workmanship and professionalism in every job we do. Need an estimate or design consultation? Just give us a call in Ogden at 399-1545. Eagle Eye Cabinets, proud to salute our troops fighting for freedom both at home and abroad.
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Ogden trailing Provo by an 8-3 score. Edgar Ahumada will stay on the hill, and he'll face the middle third of the Provo lineup. It'll be Bobby Wilson, Brandon Wood, and Aaron Peel here in the 8th inning. So the Raptors trying to hang in there in this one, maybe give it a late push. If they did fall, it would be their 7th straight loss to Provo, and that would be the longest losing streak of the year for the Raptors. It would also give Provo a Pioneer League record for wins in a season by a single team. So here's Bobby Wilson to lead off the 8th. Wilson 1 out of 4 tonight. He doubled in 2 runs and scored back in the first inning. Ahumada deals outside for ball 1. Since that double, Wilson is grounded to third, lined to center, and struck out swinging. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, chased a changeup. The count evens at 1-1 on Wilson. Wilson, the league leader in runs batted in, including tonight. He has 62. 1-1. Laced to left, a base hit. Leadoff single here in the 8th. Third hit off of Ahumada. And Ahumada has hit 2 Provo Angels. So he's falling behind again. Got to hit a guy. 1 on, no 1 out. The 5-hitter Brandon Wood at the plate. What a game this youngster has had. 2 for 3, including one of the hardest hit home runs we've seen all year, his last time up. It was launched to left like a rocket. Went way up in the air, touched the top of the Diet Coke sign on top of the Raptors scoreboard in left center. And now he sends another one to left, this one heading toward the corner, and that one is gone. Second home run of the game for Wood. And it makes it 10-3 Provo. And the second home run he's hit off of Ahumada. You'd think that Edgar wouldn't have thrown him that pitch again. So Brandon Wood has gone deep to left twice. He now has 5 home runs on the season. And 4 of those have come against Ogden, all in this ballpark. Here's Aaron Peel. Bases empty. And no one out. Ogden now trailing by a 10-3 score. So Provo has 70 home runs as a team. And that is tops in the league at the moment. There's a swing and a miss. The count 0-2 on Aaron Peel. Billings had 69 going into tonight's game. So it just depends on what the Mustangs did. Provo has already set a league record for double. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Ahumada comes back to strike out Aaron Peel on 3 straight. Fourth strikeout for Ahumada, and that brings up Jordan Renz. 1 out, base is empty. 2 runs across here in the 8th inning as Provo leads at 10-3. There's a fly ball towards shallow right. David Cardona went back, now coming in, makes the catch at the line and right, and there's 2 outs. Strikeout and a fly out. It'll bring up the number 8 batter, Ryan Kenning. Kenning 0 for 3. He had struck out in 8 consecutive at-bats before he was hit by a pitch his last time up. Quite a way to break that streak. Ahumada delivers. Swing and a miss. Late on a fastball. It's 0-1. Kenning just coming back into the lineup. He had missed some time with a mild injury. Now he's down to the count 0-2. So he struck out 8 of his last 9 anyway. Let's see if we can make it 9 out of 10. The 0-2 pitch from Ahumada. Foul back, coming straight towards me. I don't think Ryan liked me talking about all those strikeouts. Hey, we got to hold on to something here. We've lost 6 in a row to the Angels. Here's the 0-2, well outside for a ball and 2 strikes. Someone peeking their head out of the Angels clubhouse in left center. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Ahumada. Breaking ball down and away, and the deuce is wild. Kenny wouldn't chase that one. Standing out of New Mexico State. 2-2 pitch. On back again, and it remains 2-2. Base is empty. Deuce is wild on Ryan Kenning. Ahumada winds. Down and in, ball 3 and a full count now. Well, after the 2-run home run, Ahumada struck out Peel. Renz flew out, and now swing and a miss, strike 3 by Kenning. He has had 9 of his last 10 at-bats. But 2 more runs for Provo. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Angels lead Ogden 10-3. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
An outfielder needs great vision to see the ball advancing through the sky. On the road, you need great vision too. A cracked windshield can cause a lot worse than a drop fly ball. So stop procrastinating. Glass Repair Specialists offers fast and affordable windshield repair and replacement. They'll even help with your insurance claim. In business for 25 years, give them a call at 801-224-4124. Glass Repair Specialists, your lifesaver when it comes to damaged auto glass.
In baseball, the catcher protects home plate, helping the home team win. When it comes to your home or office, you win with the protection you get from Alert Alarm. They're proud to provide all your security needs. They specialize in residential and commercial systems, including burglar, fire, and video cameras. Serving all of the Provo area, Alert Alarm is #1 in customer service. So call them today at 802-0707. That's Alert Alarm. Find them in your Provo Yellow Pages.
Bottom of the 8th inning at Lindquist Field. It's Provo 10, Ogden 3. New pitcher on the hill for Provo to be the right-hander Hector Estacio. He's 5'11", 165 from Hato Mayor, Dominican Republic. He was signed in 2000 by the Angels. This is his second year in Provo, and Estacio has really struggled. 0-3 record, an ERA of 11.14. He is the only Angel with an ERA over 5. Estacio in 26 innings has allowed 33 runs. He struck out 21 while walking 14, and opponents are hitting .385 against him. The Raptors have had similar success against Estacio. He has one of his losses to Ogden, and an ERA of 10.13 against the Raptors. 5, 6, and 7 for the Raptors here in the 8th. Ryan Carter to lead off the inning. Ogden down by 7. Carter takes ball 1 down and away. David Parker warming up in the Raptor pen. He may pitch tonight. Estacio into the windup. The 1-0 to Carter. Called strike on the inside corner. Evens it up at 1-1. Carter 2 for 2 tonight. He's singled in a run and scored his last time up in the 6th. He has also walked this evening. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a fastball missing down and away, goes to 2-1. 10 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for Provo. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Raptors. The 2-1. Guide toward right center field. This one heading toward Raptor Ridge, and it is gone, a home run. Ryan Carter goes deep for the 7th time this year. The Raptors back within 6. I like this sign, ladies and gentlemen. I like this a lot. There have been times this year when Ryan Carter has carried the offense entirely by himself. And he's 3 for 3 tonight with a home run. Now Cardona sends one high to left center field. Chasing after it is Matt Pauly in left. He will make the catch, and there's 1 out. So all it takes tomorrow, all it takes is a brilliant pitching effort by Chad Billingsley. Good defense. Get some base runners on for Carter and let him do the rest. That could be the trick. Here's Mike Lynch. He takes ball 1 inside. Oh, yeah. Raptors may have lost 7 in a row to Provo going into tomorrow, but stranger things have happened. There's a ball, 2-0 the count on Lynch. The great thing about baseball is that the best team doesn't always win, especially in the 3-game series. And with Billingsley and McGrew going for the Raptors the next 2 days, I think they'll at least keep you in the game and give you a chance to win it. There's a pitch inside. It is 3-0 on Mike Lynch. Hector Estacio still struggling. Gave up a leadoff homer to Carter. Now with 1 away, he's falling behind on Mike Lynch, 3-0. And he'll take a strike, letter high. Gearing up for fireworks after tonight's game, sponsored by our friends at Coca-Cola. It's a 3-1 to Lynch. Fouled back in a full count now. A nice cap to the evening. Three and 2 with 1 away. Here's the pitch to Mike Lynch. And a drive towards right center field. That one will drop, or will it? No, a diving catch by Jordan Reds. Sensational play by the right fielder. Picks off extra bases for Lynch, and there's 2 outs. Boy, what an effort by Jordan Ranson Wright. That's one of the best catches we've seen all year. That was a low liner by Lynch and a well-hit ball. Rance had a long way to go to get to it, and he just dove towards center. Didn't look like there was any way he had a chance at that one. He comes up with a big catch. There's Juan Gonzalez. And he takes ball 1 from Hector Estacio. Well, Mariners and Orioles still tied at 4. That one in the bottom of the 12th. Tim Raines Jr. batting for Baltimore. There's the ball down and away. It's 2-0. Top of the 7th, the Royals shutting out the Angels 2-0. Bottom of the 7th, the Dodgers on top of the Rockies 8-7. Gonzalez hits one high and deep to left. Back goes Matt Pauley to the wall. That ball is lost and gone forever. Juan Gonzalez's first home run of the season on the last day of the season. Why couldn't they start Hector Estacio tomorrow? So Juan Gonzalez goes deep, and the Raptors now have been 10-5 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Miguel Crisotomo. He bounces one down the first base line, past to Ivan Kenning into the right field corner. Crisotomo around first into second, and he takes a turn. He'll try for 3, and he's in there. Miguel Crisotomo a triple. Vernon Ronan, the pitching coach, jogs out to the mound to talk to Hector Estacio now. He's allowed 2 home runs and a triple here in the 8th inning. And 2 other well-hit fly balls. So we go to the top of the lineup and Alejandro De Aza. Well, the Raptors starting to show some fireworks of their own late in this ball game. Home run from Ryan Carter started out the inning. 2 outs later, a home run from Gonzalez brought the Raptors within 10-5. And now Miguel Crisotomo just tripled down the first base line. That's his second triple of the year. And if he scores, suddenly the Raptors are within a grand slam home run. So De Aza comes up looking for his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts and 2 groundouts. See if he can knock one up the middle and score a run here. Here's the pitch. Check swing, missed low. It goes to a ball and no strikes. Diamondbacks have tied the Giants in San Francisco. That one in the top of the 6th. They're knotted up at a run apiece. Luis Gonzalez hit a solo home run for the D-backs. There's ball 2, down and in on De Aza. De Aza hitting just 171 against Provo coming in, but he has driven in 4 runs against the Angels. So the hits he has had have certainly counted. If he can get one more, bring home Crisotomo and bring the Raptors within 4. Stretch to 2-0. There's ball 3. That's going to squirt away from Hess. Crisotomo scores. It's 10-6. Half ball for Sam Hess. And it's now a 4-run contest. Raptors have scored 3 times here in the 8th and are starting to make this thing interesting. On De Aza. Estacio in danger of walking the Raptors lead up. Chin Lung Hu due up next. Ball 4 up and in. First walk given by Estacio. See if Provo starts anyone up in their bullpen. Of course, this game doesn't mean much to Provo. If Ogden can come back, though, what a confidence booster that would be heading into tomorrow night's game. Game 1 of the playoffs in Provo. And now some action will start in the bullpen. So here's Chinlong Hu. De Aza on at first with 2 outs. 3 runs across in the inning. Raptors also scored 3 in the 6th. Here's a pitch to Chinlong Hu. Down. And now De Aza trying for second. The throw is not in time. Wild pitch is in the dirt. And Stasio, the wild pitch, puts De Aza at second with 2 away. And Hu with the base hit can bring home another run. And if that's the case, Ogden's right back in it. Chinlong Hu, 3 for 4 tonight. 3 singles, 1 run scored. 1-0. Swung on and missed, evens up the count of the ball in a strike. In the bottom of the 8th, 10 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for the Raptors, 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Ogden. Provo with the 4-run lead. Check swing, ball 2 on Chinlong Hu. Meanwhile, the Royals have added a run in the 7th. They lead the Angels 3-0 now. Both the Twins and White Sox have already won tonight. 2-1 pitch, a little bit high, and it's 3-1 on Chinlong Hu. We'd like Stasio to bring one over the plate. He's been pretty hittable tonight. There is action in the bullpen. Sometimes you bring in a new pitcher that can stop a rally. Get another run or 2 before that happens. This is the 3-1 to Hu. Oh, he had a cut at it, fouled it straight back at a full count. Nice swing by Chinlong Hu. He had the timing down. And fouled it straight back to the screen. Time call as the ball from the bullpen gets loose. Now we're ready to go again. 3-2, 2 outs. De Aza at second. Bottom of the 8th. Foul fly, right field side. It remains 3-2. Only 2 of Chinlong Hu's 22 RBIs this year have come against Provo. Stasio steps off, looks De Aza back to second. Alejandro taking a good size lead, hoping to score on a single. Here's the stretch. Payoff pitch. Hopped him up, right side of the infield. Almonte at second, gets underneath, makes the grab, and they retire the side. But the Raptors pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 man left. They got home runs from Carter and Gonzalez. So we go to the 9th. It's Provo 10, Ogden 6. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Are you thinking about remodeling your home, adding a bay window, skylights, updating your kitchen or bath, or maybe even adding square footage? Whatever your ideas, Guy Wilkins Construction can make it happen. We have over 30 years of experience making your home improvement dreams come true. For free estimates and references, call 731-1041. That's 731-1041. Guy Wilkins Construction. No job is too large or too small. We do it all, and we want to be your general contractor.
With interest rates changing faster than a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, now's the time to examine your mortgage. By refinancing, you can lower your interest rate and monthly payment. Just call Aspen Mortgage, with offices in American Fork and Payson. They offer FHA and conventional loans for purchases, refinances, debt consolidation, and home improvement. Approval just takes 1 hour. So call 756-7434 or 465-9400. Aspen Mortgage in your yellow pages. Financing the American dream, one home at a time.
We go to the 9th inning in Ogden. The Provo Angels lead the Ogden Raptors 10-6. Brian Dumasnil will face the 9-1-2 hitters in the Provo lineup. Sam has to lead things off, then Anuri Almonte and Jose Guzman. 10 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for Provo, 6 runs, 11 hits. No errors for the Raptors. New pitcher is Brian Dumasnil. Dumasnil, a left-hander from British Columbia. He's 19 years old, stands 6'3", 200 pounds. Signed as a free agent in 2001 by the Dodgers. So Dumasnil to face 9-1-2 in the Provo lineup. Ryan this year amazingly has no decisions. No record, no saves in 15 games, an ERA of 8.5. In 18 innings, he has struck out 23, but he's also walked 20. Opponents hitting just .229 against him. So Sam Hess will lead off tonight. He is 0 for 4 tonight. And he takes ball 1 up high from Brian Dumasnil. Hess has grounded out 4 times tonight. Once to short, once to third, once to second, and once to the pitcher. And he takes ball 2 a little high. Hey, the Mariners have scored a run at the top of the 13th. They lead the Orioles 5-4. The A's have already won tonight. And the Mariners trying to stay within 2.5 games of first in the AL West. Here's the 3-0. Ball 4, so Dumasnil walks Hess on 4 straight pitches to start the night. That is walk number 6 for the Raptors today, in addition to 2 hit batters and a wild pitch. Hasn't been pretty on the mound this evening. Mike White was the most effective pitcher tonight, went 3 1/3, allowed 3 hits and just 1 run. And Nuri Almonte bumps one, and he pops it up foul into the stands, past the dugout of Provo, and past the field box all the way to the bleachers directly across from first base. That was launched by bunting standards. Here's the 0-1. That will swing away, but he takes the ball up high, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Provo looking for 1 more run. That way a grand slam can't tie him. The 1-1 to Almonte shows a bunt, takes a curve, and it goes to 2-1. Steve Schmall warming up at the Raptor pen. Want to get this one over and done with. Big game tomorrow, 7:05, game 1 of the playoffs in Provo. Now a bunt try down the first base line, and he's going to be safe at first. Brian Dumasnil fielded the ball, tried to tag him himself, but in a foot race, couldn't beat him there. So a bunt single for Almonte puts runners at first and second with no one out, and brings up Jose Guzman. Guzman 2 out of 5 today. Singled and scored his first 2 times at the plate. Since then he has struck out 3 times. Once swinging, twice looking. 10-6 Provo. 2 on, no one out. The Angels trying to add to their lead. Raptors looking for a double play ball. Here's the pitch from Dumasnil, and again a bunt try, just plain missed it, and it goes 0-1. Actually a pretty good pitch on a bunt. A high inside fastball, and Guzman could not pull back in time. So it's 0-1 on the Provo shortstop. Raptors outfield playing shallow. Hoping to stop a run from scoring on a single. Here's the 0-1. And again a bunt try. Again he missed it. And it goes 0-2 on Guzman. We'll sometimes see a guy miss a bunt try on the first attempt. But very seldom do you see it do it twice in a row. Especially on a Tom Kochman managed team. 10-6 Provo in the ninth. The count 0-2 on Jose Guzman. He may still try to bunt. We saw Reggie Willis do it for Provo the other night. The stretch from Dumasnil and the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away in the ninth inning. Now a double play sends us to the bottom of the ninth. Here's Matt Pauley now. Pauley had his first at-bat in the 7th, and he flew out to right field. He comes in hitting .330, 8 home runs, 43 RBIs, 15 doubles and 3 triples. Pretty good all-around numbers for this left-handed hitter. On a lefty-lefty matchup with runners at first and second and 1 out. Dumas Mill checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch, and Pauly grounds one towards short, who has only one play. That's the first base, and he gets it there in time to beat Pauly for out number 2. That will advance both base runners. Hess winds up on third. Almonte goes to second, and Bobby Wilson the batter. Wilson today, 2 out of 5, a single, a double, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. And the pitch to him. Down and in with a fastball, knocked down by Lynch. Good job to keep it in front and hold the base runners. Mariners have added another run in the 13th. They lead the Orioles 6-4. Here's the 1-0 to Wilson. Hop foul right field side at a play, and the count will even up at the 1-1. Wilson, a switch hitter, going for the right side against the lefty Dumas Mill. So the count 1-1 on Wilson. Now he calls time as Dumas Mill takes too long, getting the signal from Lynch. Hess at third, Almonte at second, 2 outs in the ninth. Ogden trying to keep it a 4-run game. Here's the 1-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Then game 1 of the playoffs tomorrow in Provo, 7:05. Game 2 back here in Ogden on Sunday at 4 o'clock. Hop fly into right field. David Cardona circling underneath it. And he will make the grab to retire the side. No run score on one bunt hit. No errors and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's Provo 10, Ogden 6. Last chance for the Raptors after this. You're listening to Raptors Baseball on 1660 KXOL.
This season, savor the sweet taste of victory with a fine cigar. With the Raptors in hot pursuit of the Pioneer League Championship, more fans are coming to Smokies for a fine selection of domestic and imported premium cigars. Smokies is a full-service tobacconist featuring a complete line of pipes, bulk tobaccos, and accessories. Locally owned and operated and open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, 9 to 6 Saturday. Get your victory cigars at Smokies.
Smokies, taking this opportunity to salute our army. In this new millennium, corporate image is everything, and first impressions are more important than ever. That's why more businesses are teaming up with Dingman Professional Printing. Dingman provides full-service printing and full-color capacity for both process and digital. They feature full design services for Macintosh and Windows, and high-speed copying and bindery capabilities. For quality printing and superior service, call Dingman Professional Printing at 475-4708. That's 475-4708.
You're listening to Raptors Baseball on AM 1660 KXOL. Brigham, Layton, Ogden, Salt Lake City.
Bottom of the ninth inning, last chance for Ogden. Edwin Reyes into the game now to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Raptors lineup. Reyes this year in 6 appearances has 1 save, no record, an ERA of 2.45. In 7 1/3 innings, he struck out 8 while walking 4. He's allowed 6 hits and 2 runs. Opponents hitting just .214 against him. Reyes has faced the Raptors once. Got his only save against Ogden. Went 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. That was at the series in Provo on Wednesday in the Angels' 12-6 win. When Reyes came in, it was 8-6. Then Provo scored 4 runs behind him to get him his first save. Ogden did make it interesting in that one. They loaded the bases in the ninth against Reyes for a ground out end of the ballgame. Jeremy Millens will lead off. Ogden scored 3 times in the 6th, 3 times in the 8th. Provo scored 4 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 8th. The steady offensive attack. That's something the Raptors will need in the postseason. Here's a pitch to Millens, and he takes ball 1 down and in. Jeremy Millens, 0 for 3 officially, reached on an error in the 6th inning and scored a run. Flew out to right his last time up. Also walked and grounded into a fielder's choice tonight. The 1-0, and Millens takes a strike, even the count at 1-1. Reyes is small right-hander, 5'11", 160, an 18-year-old from San Pedro, the Dominican Republic. He had been pitching in High A with Rancho Cucamonga. Then with the Provo Angels, hauled up to Rancho because of some injuries. And due to a special exception that professional baseball gave Provo, Reyes has been able to rejoin the team. Bouncing ball left side, deep in the hole at short. No play for Guzman. An infield hit for Jeremy Millen. Good place to put the ball if you're a speedy hitter like Millen. About a 5-bouncer deep in the hole at short. Guzman backhanded, but had no chance to get Millen. So the leadoff man on for the Raptors in the ninth, and Jeff Comfort comes up. Comfort is 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. Provo will not hold Millens on base. Here's the stretch from Reyes, and the pitch, a strike down the middle. It's 0-1 on Jeff Comfort. Comfort walked in the fourth. Outside of that, he's grounded into a double play, struck out, and last time up, he flew out to right. With a one-strike pitch. Inside, evens it up at 1-1. We're in the ninth. 10 runs, 14 hits, 1 error for Provo. 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Raptors. The 1-1. Outside, that's going to get past the catcher, and Millens goes to second on the wild pitch. So Reyes gets a little wild here in the ninth. Millens in scoring position with no one out. And a good hitter's count for Comfort at 2-1. While the Diamondbacks have taken a 2-1 lead on the Giants in the top of the seventh. The Royals have added to their lead over Anaheim. They lead the Angels 4-0 in the top of the eighth. 2-1 pitch to Comfort. Line toward right center field. That's into the gap and extra bases. Millens will race around third, and he will score. Comfort into second with a double. It's 10-7. Jeff Comfort loves that opposite field gap, and he found it for his 12th double of the season, and he drives in his 21st run. So Comfort is in second with no one out, and Ryan Carter the batter. Carter 3 for 3 tonight, including a home run in his last at-bat, leading off the 8th inning. Then it's just over the top of Raptor Ridge past the Kelly Carden sign. If it were me, I'd hit a home run over the Kelly Carden sign. Time called. The catcher goes out to the mound to talk to Edwin Reyes. Easier said than done, I guess. I don't know. Carter made it look pretty easy his last time. The way that was his 7th home run, so Carter in the three-way tie for the team lead for homers with Luis Castillo and Xavier Paul. There's the stretch in the pitch. Carter takes ball one a little bit low. Carter singled in the second, walked in the fourth, singled in a run, and scored in the sixth. And then had the leadoff home run in the 8th inning. The 1-0. Carter takes a strike on the inside corner, and the count evens out at 1-1. Tough call on Ryan Carter, especially since Chris Schultz has not been calling the corners for the pitchers tonight. 1-1 on the Raptor left fielder. One hopper to second. Off goes Guzman into center. Comfort goes to third. Carter on at first. Runners at the corners, no one out. Base hit for Ryan Carter. That a blistering line drive up the bat of Carter. Guzman was in position. Did all he could to keep it in front of him, but it deflected off his left arm, went into center. So Comfort at third, Carter at first, and now the tying run coming to the plate in the form of David Cardona. Still no one out in the ninth. Cardona 0 for 4. He's grounded into a double play, grounded out to third, struck out. Last time up, flew out to left. Did take ball 1 inside. By the way, Ryan Carter 4 for 4 tonight. And he is our Raptors player of the game. 1-0 on Cardona. Reyes deals, late but found down the third base line, and the count evens 1-1. Raptor crowd of over 5,600 in attendance tonight, all of them sticking around for the fireworks show after the game. And Ogden trying to give them a little entertainment here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Outfield very deep for Cardona. They don't want anything behind him here. So if you're Cardona, you're not looking for a home run, just looking for a base hit to keep this rally going. Here's the 1-1. Down and away, nice stop by Hess. But Reyes has fallen behind in the count of Cardona, 2-1. So big pitch coming up for Reyes. Royals have tacked on another run in the eighth. They lead the Angels 5-0. 2-1 pitch to Cardona. High towering fly ball into center, fairly well hit. Back goes Field to Raptor Ridge. He makes the catch. Comfort will score. The Raptors within 2. 1 out in the ninth. Still a man on base. So a sacrifice fly for Cardona. Drives in his 14th run of the year. And now Mike Lynch comes up. So again, tying run at the plate for the Raptors, trailing Provo 10-8 in the bottom of the ninth. Vernon Roden, the pitching coach, is down to talk with Ryan. We have Carter at first with 1 down. And Ogden sticks it up the second half of this ball game. 3 runs in the 6th, 3 runs in the 8th. They have put 2 on the board here in the 9th. They need 2 more to tie it. Mike Lynch, the batter. He is 1 for 3. Was robbed of a double his last time up on a diving catch in right. He'll take a strike. Jordan Wrench, the right fielder, made a tremendous diving play, diving towards center. To steal a hit from Lynch. And the outfield very deep. Here's the 0-1. And he'll take a strike on the inside corner. It's 0-2. Lynch with 12 RBIs this year. There's the 0-2. And he pokes it in towards center field. That one will be caught by Teal. Racing back to first and sliding in safely is Ryan Carter. The throw actually got wild at first base, but the catcher Hess was backing up the play. That held Carter at first. Boy, Lynch had the right idea there, just trying to drop one into center field, but he got underneath it a bit too much. And Aaron Teal showed off some speed by coming in to pick that one off. So the Raptors down to their last out. Again, tying run at the plate and Gonzalez. He flashed some home run powers last time up. Cranking one out to left. It was his first home run of the season. Line drive, base hit to center. Tying runs are on base. Carter holds at second. 2 on, 2 away, and the 9-hitter, Miguel Crisotomo, comes up. Now we may have a pinch hitter. And indeed we will. And it'll be none other than Xavier Paul, the Raptors MVP for the 2003 season. But before we talk about Xavier, what a night for Miguel Crisotomo. He went 2 for 4, had a single, a triple, and he scored a run tonight. So hats off to Miguel. Here's Xavier Paul. Before the game, he was given the team MVP trophy. And this crowd is going nuts. 5,602 in attendance. And they have begun to rise to their feet with Xavier Paul at the plate. He'll take ball one. Missed in the dirt. The runners do not advance. Raptors have Carter at second, Gonzalez at first, 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, trailing Provo by a 10-8 score. The Raptors have trailed by as many as 7 tonight. Left-handed hitting Xavier Paul against the right-hander Reyes. Here's the stretch. The 1-0. Big swing and a miss. Count evens 1-1. Boy, Xavier wanted that one back. Knee-high fastball, middle of the plate. And Paul swung right through it. Xavier hitting .307. Tied for the team lead with 7 home runs. And his 47 RBIs are second on the team. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Goes to 1-2. Outfield again playing very deep. They are not playing Xavier Paul to pull. So if he had been able to turn on one in the right field corner, that might have tied up the game. Good speed on the bases with Carter and Gonzalez. Reyes to the belt. The 1-2 to Xavier Paul. Fastball outside, and the deuces are wild here in the bottom of the ninth. Let's shake those rally caps, Raptor fans. We need them in a big way. Ogden trying to avoid their first 7-game losing streak of the year and also spoil Provo's attempt at a league record for victories. 2-1, deuces wild. The 2-2 pitch. Foul fly behind the plate. Xavier Paul stays alive. Keep shaking those rally caps. 2-1, 2 out. Bottom of the ninth, 2-2 count on Xavier Paul. Pinch hitting for Miguel Crisotomo. Time called by Xavier Paul, playing head games with Reyes. Sam Hess has been setting up outside. They've been working Paul in the outer half of the plate. So keep shaking those rally caps here in the ninth. I've been trying for a big come-from-behind win. The 2-2. Down in the dirt, full count. Big pitch coming up for Edwin Reyes. Getting on their feet here at Lindquist Field. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The tying runs on base. The winning run at the plate. All these folks behind Xavier Paul. The 3-2. Check the swing. Ball 4. And bases are loaded. They appeal to the base umpire, and there was no way he was going to call Xavier Paul out. So bases full with 2 down, and Alejandro De Aza the batter. No pinch hitter here. Travis Carberry is going to go with his leadoff man. Figures De Aza's due. Alejandro 0 for 4 tonight. And Chin Long Hu waiting on deck. Crowd really into this one. Ogden has finally given them something to cheer about these late innings. Bases loaded, 2 out. The winning runs are on base. Now time calling. Sam Hess, the catcher, will walk out to talk to his pitcher, Reyes. And the crowd showering the reliever with food. Those are not food. Ryan Carter at third, Juan Gonzalez at second, Xavier Paul at first. Paul represents the winning run. Here's the pitch to De Aza. Fastball a little low, 1 ball, no strike. De Aza has grounded out twice, struck out twice. His last time up, he drew a walk. The 1-0. Down and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Deaza has driven in 23 runs this year. Not bad for a leadoff man. Actually had one on Wednesday in the Raptors' 12-6 loss to Provo. The 2-0. Low ball 3. Edwin Reyes really struggling now. He walked Xavier Paul. Now is falling behind on Deaza 3-0. No place to put Deaza. If you walk him, the Raptors within 1 with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Deaza better not swing at this. Here's the 3-0. Strike call to make it 3-1. Pretty close one actually on 3-0, knowing that Deaza would not be swinging. Now the close one here at Ogden. Final game of the regular season. Ogden trying to go out with a bang. Here's the 3-1. Inside, ball 4. Bases loaded, 2 out. Ogden within a run. And none other than the Raptors' most popular player, Shin-Lung Hu, coming to the plate. Shin-Lung Hu has been dazzling Raptor fans all season long. How about one more for the books? Ground ball, foul down the third base line. It's 0-1. Brandon Wood at third is guarding the line. But the outfield again playing fairly deep on Shin-Lung Hu, except for Jordan Ranson right. He's playing at average depth. Trying to pick one off in the air if Hu goes the opposite way. Here's the 0-1. Down in the dirt. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Gonzalez at third. Paul at second. Deaza at first. Shin-Lung Hu, the 9th Raptor to bat in the 9th. 1-1. Line foul. One ball and 2 strikes on Shin-Lung Hu. A base hit likely gives Ogden the win. The Raptors down 10-9 in the bottom of the 9th. Bases full with 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive. Off the glove, it's short. 1 run is in. And we are tied. Shin-Lung Hu does it again. Here's Jeremy Millens trying for the game-winning hit. We are tied at 10 in the bottom of the 9th. Ogden has scored 4 runs. Xavier Paul at third base represents the winning run. Ball 1 inside on Jeremy Millens. Jeremy 1 out of 4 tonight. He has scored twice. Had an infield hit to lead off this 9th and scored a run. Here's the 1-0. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Outfield shifted around the opposite way toward the right. All it takes is a squibber, a blue pit, a seeing eye single, a Texas leaguer. You name it. High fly ball to center field, going back his heel. It's over his head. The Raptors win it. And Xavier Paul is mobbed at home plate. Final score, Ogden 11, Provo 10. We'll be back with the totals right after this. Enjoy this one, Raptors fans. You're listening to Raptors baseball on 1660 KXOL.
Ball players will tell you the only way to make the All-Star team is to give 100%, 100% of the time. Why expect anything less from your auto repair shop? The professionals at CompuTune are Provo's foremost and friendliest automotive specialists. From routine to major overhauls, you'll appreciate the attention to detail and courtesy in every job they do. That's CompuTune, your complete automotive service and repair center. Give them a call at 374-0775. They're the All-Stars of the auto repair industry.
Hey, contractors, next time you get ready to dig it, bust it, plant it, count on Cat's new line of compact machines and work tools to get the job done. Featuring skid steers, mini excavators, compact wheel loaders, and more. All built Cat tough for the guys who get their hands dirty. So go ahead, load it, drill it, haul it. Because now you can count on Cat for all your equipment needs.
Visit a Wheeler Machinery Cat rental store near you or call 1-800-RENT-CAT. Again, that's 1-800-RENT-CAT.
Activities can be a powerful aid in bringing families together. By enrolling your youngsters in a youth activity, making a wise investment in your family's future. Layton Hills Baptist Church is proud to offer Wednesday night youth programs and Sunday night get-togethers. For information, call 544-2426. And be sure to bring the whole family to church on Sundays and join us in worship. That's Layton Hills Baptist Church, preaching and teaching God's Word in Jesus' name.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Raptors broadcast is brought to you in part by SurfUtah.net. Surf the net with SurfUtah.net. By Harvest Health Foods, the healthy alternative. By Music to the Max. Why look somewhere else when we have it? By Arizona Tint. We've got you made in the shade. And by Z Medical. We are America's first aid and safety experts.
You've been listening to Ogden Raptors Professional Baseball. For a recap of tonight's ball game, let's head back to the ballpark with the voice of your Raptors, Brian Petrata.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ogden scores 5 runs in the bottom of the ninth to beat Provo 11-10. Boy, took all their frustrations out for these last 6 games in the last 2 innings tonight. Ogden scored all 11 of their runs in the final 4 innings. They trailed 8-0 at one point in this one, then scored 3 runs in the 6th, 3 runs in the 8th, and 5 runs in the 9th. With the bases loaded and 2 outs, Jeremy Millens launched a shot off of the center field wall. That scored the winning run. And so Ogden finishes this regular season at 35-41. 17-21 in the second half. They snap a 6-game losing streak. Provo goes 54-22 and 30-8 in the second half. They snap an 11-game winning streak. Winning pitcher tonight, Brian Dumasnil, gets his first decision of the season, so he goes 1-0 on the season. Edwin Reyes took his first decision. It was a loss. He drops to 0-1. What a win for these Raptors in front of one of the best crowds of the season, 5,602. And this crowd really seemed to will Ogden to the win tonight. The line score like this: for Provo, 10 runs, 14 hits, 1 error. For the Raptors, 11 runs, 17 hits, and no errors. Player of the game, well, we should have a couple of them, but first of all, tip our cap to Ryan Carter. He went 4 for 4, including a home run. He drove in 2 runs and scored 3 times. As the fireworks show starts here in Ogden, we'll go ahead and close this one out. This Raptors broadcast has been brought to you in part by Buckley Homes. Buckley is better. By SurfUtah.net. Surf the net with SurfUtah.net. And by New Deal Used Cars we finance. So the regular season is at a close. The playoffs start tomorrow. Chad Billingsley will go for the Raptors. He's 5-4. And the 8-2 Daniel Davidson will go for Provo for Game 1 of the playoffs tomorrow night. It is in Provo. Game time 7:05. The pregame show 6:55. Right here on 1660 KXOL. Thanks for joining us. Tune in tomorrow. For Chris Lee back in the studio, this is Brian Petrata saying good night from a thrilled Lindquist Field. You've been listening to baseball on 1660 KXOL.
You're listening to the 50s and 60s, the real oldies on 1660 KXOL, Brigham City, Ogden, Salt Lake.